Alrighty, hello. Okay, so hello everyone. We are going to be doing the tier list. So everyone is able to see what everything is. I have everything only S, A, B, C, D because I'm lazy as hell and don't actually give a feck about making Z. So we are going to do it that way. It's pretty simple that way, honestly, and no, I don't want to add Z tier, Emily. I don't care for Z tier. So we're going to really base this off of, a couple of seasons and get an idea of where everyone lands. So, without further ado, let's just fecking begin because this is personal opinion and not community opinion. In a community opinion, like the top 100 opinion, things are going to get a little wonky, and it's going to be based off of how often it gets used as well as its impact in the meta. So things are going to change as we do a top 100 community choice. So you guys will see in a moment what I mean by that. But without further ado, let's begin. How you guys all doing? Hello, Mr. Mountains. Yo, Akif. Hello, David. I see Nashwin and Wesley as well, and Docs. Hello. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this is personal opinion, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but at the bottom right of the screen, like right over here, where my mouse disappears, this is personal opinion. So this is based off of what I think and nothing else. So my personal opinion could be trash, and that's okay. The next one we're going to cover is the top 100 opinion. Okay, we're going to do four different tier lists today. So we're going to do a lot of resetting. Okay? So don't worry. Will Ultra Gogeta be taken into consideration? No, because this is an LF only, and Ultra Gogeta is not an LF. So Ultra Gogeta will not be making his appearance in this tier list. But if he were to be making his appearance, he would be number 1 in my personal opinion, and he'd also be number 1 in the community. So that just ends that debate right there. Normally speaking, GV could be a contender against UL, but let's be real, UL has so much firepower, his damage output is way too insane currently to allow for GV to take number 1. However, if someone did want to put GV at number 1, that wouldn't necessarily be wrong. It's just right now, there really is a reason to say UL Gogeta is number 1. I mean, he allows for blue color counter teams to exist, allows blue monocolor to exist. Fusions have resurrected because of him. Excuse me. Saiyans can be played again. That's huge. What else? I mean, GT can use them. So, that's crazy. Anyways, let's start. So, GV number 1. I mean, this is kind of obvious. The mechanic itself is amazing. Does a lot for the entire game. I mean, what can I really say other than holy shit, that's amazing. Then in number 2, we have Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. This is, again, my personal opinion. Like I said, at the bottom of this, it's based off of personal opinion. So if you agree with it or you don't agree with it, I don't fucking care. You do you. I'll do the data tier list afterwards, because I think the data tier list, I'll take into account a couple of things, but Mr. Mounds will be able to actually kind of see where I'm going with the data variant, because he's the one that was doing a lot of work on it, so he knows. So essentially, once we get to the top 100 data, he'll start to kind of get an idea of what I did there. So if you ever have any questions, Mr. Mounds can also answer you, because we've been working on it, mainly him recently. So I thank you, Mr. Mounds, because I very much appreciate it. I've been struggling a lot recently. All right, number 3, because I do have to go to number 3 eventually. That's a thing. Oh, man. My brain be just on fire. All right, number 3, where are you? There you are. Boom. SOH Trunks. And if you guys want to hear, my lips are sealed, bet. Yo, Lord Hokage, how you doing? I see you, SSB Hokage. Like, I call you Lord Hokage, but, like, your YouTube always throws me off sometimes. Pain. Okay. Number 4. Where the feck are you? I'll find you eventually. I'm just blind, apparently. There you are. Hello. Although, do I want to put you up here? I'm gonna put you down there. Do I want to put you up there? Let me think about it. Does his removal of buffs impacts them in a way that is hard to come back from? No. No. Then he goes down there. Akif, I would not recommend that at all. The synergy is off. Just because a team is S tier, and also don't worry too much about like A tier and S tier. There's almost no significant difference. But you know, it is what it is. I feel like if I had made a Z tier, like actually, why don't I do that? I'll just make a Z tier. Let's add a row above. Call it Z. Oh, whoops. Let's just call this S. Call this Z. There we go. There. I will shift things back up. There. I fixed it. Now everything is fine. Pretty cool. You can make a decent team with just LL units. I know, but at the same time, that's kind of how it was back when, you know, it was for Wales mainly. They definitely gave us the chance to play with the Whales by giving us LL units a lot more freely. And when I say a lot more freely, like it takes less to of them, less copies of them to get them to high stars. Still, I preferred Zenkai a little bit more just because of how, honestly, like you invested in. I'm not saying I enjoy investing in Zenkais. I'm saying like if I compare their meta longevity, Zenkais during 3rd anniversary allowed a lot of players to be top 1k, allowed a lot of people to be top 100, and a lot of those Zenkais were free to play. They weren't, and when I say free to play, I mean like they were obtainable by almost anyone that was playing the game for a bit. So it says a lot. Whereas this, I don't mind, only because, yeah, they gave us all a chance, really, to play within the meta. However, it's not going to last like this, so we'll see. Z plus and S plus 2. No, I refuse. This is all you're getting, Z and S. All right, then next, we're throwing in this boyo. So this boyo, specifically speaking, he's really good. And the reason why he's going down is because his defense output is not there. One thing that all of these units have is either defense or a way to come back to basically almost full health. Or both. And Gohan, Legends Limited Armhan, does not have that capacity. In fact, actually, he is probably one of the squishiest LLs that is still high up on the tier list. One of the things that makes him really good is his kit. And his ability to be pseudo last man standing, even when he's not the last man standing. Just the unit needs to die and boom, he goes nuts. And he's already strong as it is prior to any units dying. So the fact of the matter is, this guy on future, even as a last man standing unit or as a pseudo last man standing unit, is fantastic. In fact, usually you want SOH with his main still intact when you go last man standing, because if you can do that, SOH essentially becomes like a ticking nuke. And a lot of people forget that when they play with SOH. And remembering that could make quite the difference in a game where you could be potentially 1v3ing your opponent if you remember this. What about yellow LF Frieza? He's pretty good. Well, don't worry, we'll get there. Most of these units, because I have not played in a year. Oof. Tyson, welcome, by the way. GV Future on SOH, slight smile. Not making the S capital and it is making me feel uncomfortable. Oh, did I not make it capital? I'm sorry. You're right. I didn't make it capital. I thought I did. It looked wonky to me too. Again, this is personal opinion, so we're not doing this based off of the top 100 yet. All right, next up on my list, I believe should be this Frieza. Yeah. So yeah, this LF Frieza is fantastic. And he got to see actually quite a bit of play. SOH ult can just one-shot. Exactly. Beer's not ZT. You're funny. You're funny. Don't worry, we'll get to them. We're going in order. We're going in order. You just gotta chill. You gotta wait it out. Wait it out with me. Ride the wave. All right, next up on my list is this boyo. Oh man, God Key still sees play in the higher ranks because SSBE exists. Like what they do is they like to put Green Zamasu Green Zamasu with Goku Black Assist in the leader slot, and then they put SSBE in there along with whatever other unit they want. Usually it's GV, and that has allowed the team to exist. Like God Key as a team literally relies on that setup. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sure, it's linear, but it works. It works so well. Why not Zed? He's OP. I'm talking about Frieza. Because he's not played enough. A unit cannot be Zed tier if their kit, like, okay, so for example, if I have to compare him with anyone else, when he fights against SOH, and when you're looking at the amount of buffs, can SOH technically wall off Frieza? Yes, he can. GV, can he wall off Frieza? Yes, switch into Vegeta. He'll wall him off real quick. Can he be walled off by SSBE or Armhan? Depends on the situation. SV, will his buffs nullify him completely? Not entirely. So hence why they're on the same plane of the same tier list. When I look at the top 3 units at the top that he can be walled off by, there's an actual legitimate justification, in my opinion, for this wall off. And when you see the top 100 list, you're going to be even more upset, actually, where he's placed. So right now, I'm actually giving him a better placement than the top 100. So you got to just consider the fact of the matter is, this is a personal opinion based upon what is said at the fecking bottom right. Here, let me put it at the top so you guys can see this. Actually, let me put this in the fecking middle so you guys can read, because some people don't even see that. This tier list is based off of my personal opinion, and the next one's going to be based off of the top 100. I'm going to be basing this, I'm going to do the tier list 4 times, by the way. So anyone that's asking from future reference right now, everyone else, if someone asks a question in regards to what's this tier list, tell them to read. And then if they're wondering how many tier lists I'm making, 4. So yeah, I'm gonna put this somewhere where you guys can see it, right here, where you guys can see it, and it's gonna, yeah, tier list based off of fecking personal opinion right now. Then we're gonna do based off of actual information. Okay, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, this is what we're gonna do. All right. SSBE can do damage even without buildup. He just does more damage with buildup. All right. So, next up. This one's a little interesting because I feel a little wonky about it, but at the same time, like, when I was looking at all the other units that are possible, like actual possible choices, nothing else felt right. So we're going to be putting this guy in S tier. Revival Gohan has gone down, and rightfully so. We're in a situation where his revival mechanic isn't exactly what I would say top tier. Not because of his transformation. His transformation is really good and is a top tier kit, top tier, like, damage-wise. The problem is he has to go into revival mode, and if you get hit by anyone that can do something about revival in a non-tournament setting, you are in fact getting further hurt. Like, if Gogeta or GV hits you or kills you while you have revive, or even SOH, you are actually going to be doing a lot worse than if you just, didn't run a revival unit in the first place. But at the same token, those same units can completely nullify endurance, which makes them extremely complete. And that's something that's very important. And the fact of the matter is, all of the 3 units at the very top can also heal themselves. So they can kill off endurance, they can really ruin revival, they can heal themselves. I mean, there's a reason why they're Z tier, in my opinion, whereas the others are not. It really comes down to that. Oh, I definitely will make a Zenkai tier list, Tyson. So yeah, absolutely. But for today, we're going to be doing a LF tier list. Thank you, Emily. You just saved my butt. I look really bad for a Dragon Ball Legends player. The moment when the non-Dragon Ball Legends player tells me what I need to be saying because I can't remember. That's bad. That's really bad. Emily, you should probably take over. Can you tier UI Goku? I will. Don't worry. Don't worry. UI Goku will be tiered. All in due time. All in due time. Let's make a tier list of others' tier lists. Exactly. Now that we've gone through all the pain, we're now going to go into the next section. So, where the feck are you? Oh, there you are. Is this the right Goku, or did you get the wrong Goku? I don't know. I think she got the right Goku. So, I'm a little iffy on this one. Nameku is still amazing. It's just that, and this is why a lot of people think sometimes he's A tier. He got booted by UL Gogeta. So, this is my personal opinion. I don't think he's actually A tier. I think he's still S tier. I think the problem is, when you have a unit like UL Gogeta on the scene, Nameku takes a back seat, obviously. But one thing I've noticed with Nameku is that even though he takes a back seat, he's still a bench. He still can be brought in. And he can be played alongside UL Gogeta in a mono blue or in a blue color counter team, or alternatively not if you're running Bardock, which honestly you should be running Bardock with Gogeta if you're doing blue color counter, or even like Super Saiyans or anything like that. But the point is, if you need to bring in triple blue, you can. You really think you can. A Zenkai's Z tier because, oh my god, that's my old video. Yo, Danger Man, I see you right there. Don't forget about endurance nullification. Exactly. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, I made a poop video. Actually, speaking of which, let's bring it up just for a moment, guys. Which account? Oh, fucking hell. Let me just... Fucking feck. Let me just go into that. I'll just bring it up just real quick so you guys can see the really poop video that I made a while back. It was really bad, but we're gonna continue doing that tier list in a moment. But yeah, I'm gonna shamelessly promote one of my videos that I made, and it was really dumb. And yeah, but we're gonna continue doing this. But anyways, like I said, counter transformation that is really strong can be a very good last man standing unit. There's really no reason why he actually cannot be a S tier unit. And on top of that, in tournaments, he's even that much better. So, you know, plus we're not considering UL Gogeta in this tier list. Again, this is a tier list based upon the LFs themselves. In a other tier list, I would be going a little bit, you know, I'd be a little bit more technical here. Plus, this is a personal opinion, so I don't care. But anyways, I can't find it. Why is it so hard to find the poop video? Emily, where's this poop video? How do I search for a poop video? Why is it so hard to find said poop video? That's not it. It was like a minute. It was a minute. No, you've gone too far. It should be in my lower end of my life. The lower end.
I don't know.
No, it's not higher up. It's lower end of my life.
But we've already looked at the lower end.
You have to look at my lower end again. What did you thumbnail it as?
No.
What are you supposed to know? You're the thumbnail person. Should be about a minute. Can we search by, like, shortest videos?
No.
Why not?
Not a thing.
They should make it a thing. They really should. Okay, it's not worth it.
It's right here.
Oh, it's right there. Oh.
You made the thumbnail.
That's why. Right, because it's low tier thumbnail. All right, guys, get ready for this. It's the most stupid video you'll ever see. Also, can you delete Della Kada? They said Vum Nago. Yes. Hello. Look. Zenkais. We gotta talk about them because they're kind of important to talk about. Listen, I want to tell you why Zenkai units, well, at least most of them, are Z tier. You see, I discovered it. I figured out the algorithm. I understand what the developers were trying to do. So bear with me because I'm about to show you how you can decipher the code and be knowledgeable like me. And the reason why Zenkais are so OP, why they're Z tier, is because they start with the letter Z. Yeah. There you go. So Zenkais are Z tier. There you go. That was just because someone pointed that out. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Okay. Oh, I know, it's really bad. Yeah, that video is really bad, but doesn't change the fact that, you know, it's a video that exists. My girlfriend reminds you of Android 18? That's a compliment. This is the Rock raising an eyebrow moment. Exactly. Tyson, you're absolutely right. Listen, I actually am proud of that video. It's really dumb, and I love it. So never mind. No, I can't lie and say I am, you know, not proud of it. I am proud of it. It was such a poop video, and I plan to bring you guys more poop videos, but higher tier content poop videos. That was like really low tier poop content, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is, it was a minute long. It hurt nobody except for anyone that wanted to be hurt. That's the thing. Nothing can hurt you if you don't want it to hurt you. Mentally, of course. Physically is a different story. But mentally, it can't hurt you if you don't let it. Alright, we're gonna throw this guy. So, normally I would have put this guy above Nameku. But honestly, ever since Gogeta got his plat, this guy's been falling so hard. And it hurts me because I love Super Saiyan 3. Like, if you guys don't know, he's my favorite fecking unit. So, when you consider that this is my favorite fecking unit and I'm not allowed to place him up here, that hurts me. That hurts me so much. Just do it? Alright, let's do it. Alright, he's the best unit, personally, because I said so. There. I said it. Alright, there we go. I put my favorite unit in Z tier. Perfect. This is quality content. This is 100% true, right? This is my favorite unit, so yeah, he'll be Z tier. Alright. Now how no, we should make another tier. Sorry. No, sorry. Let me make another one. Damn it. There we go. Add a row above. Godly. There we go. No. Feck. Feck. There we go. That's better. There we go. He cool, but mid, not gonna lie. That's because personal opinion, exactly. I do like Great Baby Vegeta, but I don't own him, and I've never got to play him, but I've got to see his LF, and it's beautiful. But we will be actually ranking their LF animations. So don't worry about that. We will rank LF animations, too. That will happen. Banana Doppio, that's based. But to be fair, it's a personal opinion. So even though your opinion's based, I respect it because your opinion, is better than my opinion. And I respect that. However, in my opinion, your opinion's trash. So you will respect that too. No, but if I was being serious, this guy's down here. There's no godly unit. UL can go there. He would honestly be here. And Plave's beer is there. Yeah. No, seriously, this guy definitely, he's there. It saddens me to say that, but all right, and let's finish off S tier because after this there will be actually there's maybe one more S tier. Damn it. I don't want to build up S tier so much, but there is one other unit that honestly should contend there. Feck. Feck it, we're gonna do it anyways. I don't like it. I don't like that I'm gonna do that, but it is what it is. So we're gonna... Actually, no, I can't do that. No, we're gonna... Okay, no, never mind. We're gonna keep it the way I thought it is. And then finally we have FSK. So FSK really went down. And you might be surprised that, like, he's above Super Saiyan 3 or he's above Nameku. But something to note. FSK is one of the few Legends Limited units where you can pop his main And then if you're up against someone like SV, or just anyone with a green card that can nullify all of his buffs, FSK's buffs will get nullified. You take the same argument with SSJ3 and Nameku, not completely applicable. Nameku will still be a tyrant, even if you do that. Same thing with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So, yeah. Again, this is a tier list for LL units. This isn't a tier list based upon actual tier lists. So be aware that when I do rank these units, it really is just hyper dependent on how they're formatted. Like, for example, a lot of these units, I think I would cut it off here. Normally, if I was to do an actual tier list, these guys would go down here. They would go down here to A. They wouldn't be in S. But because we're doing a tier list based off on LLs alone, I'm putting them up here. So please do understand that there is a lot of S tier units, yes, but that's because we're just ranking Legends Limited units amongst other Legends Limited units within their teams. We're not looking at all teams. And I mean, we're looking at all teams, but we're looking at all teams in relevance to LLs in terms of the meta. That's very different. FSK is Father-Son Kamehameha, or aka Super Saiyan 2 Legends Limited Zenkai 7 Gohan. Do I want an LF Bardock? Honestly, no. But will we get one? Maybe. But I don't know. I don't really care either way. I don't control it, so I don't care. All right, next up on my list in AT, starting A tier, is Gogeta Blue. Now, a lot of people are going to be upset by that, but let's be real. He got replaced by Majub. In a meta where you're an LL unit and you get replaced by Majub, that's a bad day. I mean, to be fair, Gogeta Blue is still a fantastic unit and is still very well used, but there's a couple of problems with him. A, his green card is extremely hard to land. If you do land it, great. You basically have just killed the unit. But if you don't, you're pretty much screwed because his defenses don't exist. Like, Gogeta Blue doesn't have really good defenses. On top of that, his only way to nullify endurance is his ult, which, to be fair, a lot of other units have the same thing, but he needs to build up his ultimate. That's the big difference. Like, for example, if I throw Gogeta Monkey King, like this boyo right here, if I click my main ability and click my ult, I'm already at max power. This guy's got to build, and that build up is another problem. Like, for example, SSBE, his build up isn't as long because he's a newer unit, which is really good. So it allows his ult to do a lot more damage than Gogeta Blue's just by proxy of his stat and his kit-wise as how he has to build up. It's the very big difference, and SSB eventually will probably go down too. But for now, being the newer unit, he's already proven himself to be a lot more versatile and a lot more relevant than Gogeta Blue. You want LF Mr. Popo? I agree. LF Mr. Popo would be great. All right, next up on my list, this boyo. He's proven time and time again that he's actually really, really good, even in this meta. I think his biggest issue, realistically, is his tags. Like, his tags are the problem. Yo, Nightbot just kind of ka-chowed. He's sort of a glass cannon. He relies on his one ult and nullify cover chains. That's it. Well, Desune, that's how I truly see it. Like, and on top of that, it's much safer to bring in Majub. You have a green card that's quick animation that does what Gogeta Blue does, but he can do it as many times as he has green cards for 4 timer counts. And he also has a pseudo cover change where he can lock strike cards, like Majub, I'm referring to. Plus, he's got endurance. Plus, he's got ability to heal, and also he boosts the team. Gogeta Blue does none of that in the same place. So, you know, that's how I see it. But anyways, talking about Piccolo. Piccolo's got actually quite a bit of a toolkit. Like, a lot of people I don't think remember Piccolo. Like, Piccolo is actually insane. His green card allows you to heal the entire team, not just him. As long as they're all, like, regen or something like that. I can't remember what was the specifications for his green card to work. Might be just any unit, but I don't remember fully. Emily plays him more than me, so yeah. It's on her account. He's got a transformation, which already puts him as one of the highest stat units in the freaking game. On top of that, he's got a green card that once again transforms into blue cards, gives him key, and his other main ability heals him, kills off your opponent's cards, and I think cancels buffs too. He's kind of like ridiculous. The only issue again is he just doesn't have the appropriate tag to, I would say, be higher in the meta. He's really stuck to pretty much a yellow-green team. So yeah. All right. Now we're going to move on to the next unit on the tier list. In my opinion, this is my opinion, again. Rose. Rose did pretty well, actually. He is a good alternative for future if you're running a purple team. I mean, not purple team. What the fuck am I talking about? If you're running a future team and you don't have GV, he's a solid unit to pick. Nullifies endurance, has slice for his strike, which is really good. Again, one of his biggest problems is that he's a glass cannon. He's not very good in regards to taking hits. So, you know, there's a big reason why he cannot be in the S tier format or in Z tier. He's not good enough for that. He kind of reminds me pretty much like Gogeta Blue in the well, more like DKP in a sense, but like a mixture of DKP and Gogeta Blue. His green card's pretty solid. His blue card's pretty solid. But that's about it. You know, it's like he's got a lot going for him, but his defenses are really lacking. And honestly, there's an argument to actually even use a non-Zenkai over him, as in like the Fusion Zamasu. So I guess it depends on what you're looking for. But overall, he's been really good. He's been really good. So if you don't have GV, he is a solid replacement. He's a secondary or a third replacement. Future's got a lot of good purple options. Like, they've got 3 purple options. So you can't really go wrong. Actually, if you go GV, you have to have a specific setup with your equipment. If you go with Rose or Fusion Zamasu, you're kind of more free in regards to your setup for Future. So, you know, it all depends on what you're looking for. Right, that's true, Desune. But I didn't really factor that in too much, only because he's solid as is. So that really helps. But the consistent nullification of endurance really takes it for me. I think that's one of the biggest aspects in this meta. If you have the ability to nullify endurance like that, the value of that unit automatically skyrockets. And that's big. Do I like Birdcoo? Yes, I do like Birdcoo. Birdcoo is really good. Anyways, let's move on. Next one on our list. Okay, if I have to go based upon opinion. I'm looking. Toss-ups. I have 3 units in mind that are really, like, bugging me as to where I want to place them. How's Eddie? Pretty good. Okay, for these next 3, I'm not really sure where I want to place them, so I'm going to put them in no particular order. Still pains me, because I don't really know how I want to do it. But let's go do this way. We're going to do this, and then this. Okay, so let's talk about this. But I also... That's so annoying trying to figure this out. Even in a personal opinion, I have to, like, I'm trying to justify specific choices, and it's a pain in my butt. Do I want him here? I also want to bring him up. Feck. This is painful. This is why data is so much easier. Because data just tells you what it is. You don't have to actually think. I mean, you have to think, but you have to think about the reasoning. You don't have to actually think about why you personally think it is there. I didn't think that the personal opinion would be so hard. I really didn't think that it would be this hard. But I'm like second guessing myself because I'm just thinking like, where would I place this unit? Hmm. No, I know I'm going to do this. Okay. Easy fix. 1 second. Fixed. That. And then finally, that. There we go. That's better. So I'll explain it now. So what I had to do to actually figure out this damn tier list, because this was a pain in the butt to try to figure out, I had to do a couple of things. Actually, no, we're going to do one swap-a-rooney. 1 second. There we go. That's better. All right, so I figured it out. I know how I'm going to do this, and there's a very easy... no, it's not a breakfast sandwich. We actually made this breakfast sandwich. This is at home. Made from home. We have a sandwich maker, a sandwich press. All right, so VB is at the highest, and I'll explain why, because a lot of you are going to be like, but UL Gogeta. Yeah, that's the point. UL Gogeta replaced VB. Prior to this, VB was seeing tremendous play in the top 100 for many seasons. Mr. Mounds can be fecking, like, can actually back me up on this. Right? So, like, you know, a lot of my personal opinion sometimes gets a little skewed because I also use the data. VB is still a fantastic unit with a lot of the toolkits that make him actually quite insane. His biggest issue, realistically, is that he got replaced. Otherwise, he still sees usage. And in God Key, he still sees usage. So, there you go. Now, for full power Broly, a lot of people think, oh my god, he's amazing. But realistically, there's only a couple of teams where he actually sees play. He sees plays in Super Saiyans, in mono-color counter teams, and mono-color teams. So, blue, 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 purple, purple, or blue, blue, purple, or alternatively, Super Saiyan. That's it. And Super Saiyans is generally blue, blue, purple, or blue, purple, purple, or whatever. So, VB being above everyone else that I've just listed makes sense to me in terms of ladder. It doesn't make sense in terms of PvP, in terms of tournaments. But again, this is a ladder-based tier list, so we're going to promote it as such. Broly sees a lot of play. However, he's so specific that it's hard for me to justify him. And on top of that, even now, if we consider UL Gogeta, yeah, both of them kind of got replaced because UL Gogeta takes their place in a lot of their teams. Okay, so for LL Frieza, the reason why he's so high up is because if you put him in the leader slot, he's got the ability to draw you blue cards. He's a great support unit in Lineage of Evil, in Powerful Opponent, in Frieza Force. Even in like other Saiyan teams, you can throw him in there, or androids even. The ability to draw blue cards is extremely oppressive and impressive that he does have a justification. Again, this is my personal, right? Because we are looking at this off of my personal opinion right now. We're not doing based upon the data. So, again, I could be wrong in some places, and I'm okay with that, because I don't care. This is a personal opinion. Do I think that Broly needs a silver equip like... Oh, you mean a platinum equip like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Broly, not so much. I mean, Broly would be nice to get a little bit extra defense, but that's why they gave him the his generic plat to give him defense, because a lot of his problems was that he didn't have good defense, even with clicking the green card. So, You kind of fix that a little bit by building him defensively and including the plat equip. So that way, when he does click that green card, he's an actual tank. And that's how you can kind of play with him, while also abusing crit buffs and crit rate. That's a great way to play him. Do I think Zamasu, half-corrupted Zamasu, needs his own equip? Yeah, I do, actually. I think he does. He probably needs a smaller version treatment of what Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta got. That's not to say offensively. He just needs it defensively. Offensively, he's good. His defenses suck. Super bad. And he does see play in the top 100, but not very often, and only by particular players. So as a result, I can't place him higher. He is kind of unnecessary. Reds, personally speaking, are kind of unnecessary because GV exists, which is ridiculous. So they're going to need to bring out new reds that really can tell me, yo, run this red over GV. So that's something to note. And then as for Kid Buu, again, personal opinion, but Kid Buu is basically this Broly, but controlled. Like, you control when he dodges. Unlike Broly, where they have to constantly switch for you to keep on getting Vanish Gauge, like this Zamasu. You control it. The only difference is he's Blast, and Blast-based regen, not so good on ladder as they are in tournaments. So, I can't really value Kid Buu high up. Like, the way I'm speaking, Kid Buu would be higher, but that's only because tournaments. If we don't talk about tournaments, Kid Buu is non-existent. And even in tournaments, Kid Buu is low down because we're taking into consideration in tournaments all units, not just tier lists like LFs. So if we're talking about just LFs, Kid Buu would be higher. But because UL Gogeta exists and Super Saiyans exist, and you can also run this Revival Gohan without almost any repercussions in a Super Saiyan team, Kid Buu doesn't exactly see play because UL Gogeta exists and they can completely decimate blast-based regen. So yeah. I think G4 deserves Godly class, but the list looks good so far. I mean, like, again, this is personal opinion, right? So I could be wrong and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like, the Godly class, I was joking around and I put him there just for fun. So just letting you guys know, it was just for fun. When I made this, I'm going to keep it at Z tier only. Godly is going to be for Hercule, okay? Cool. So like I said, like, I truly believe that Kid Buu has the potential to go back up the tier list. Right now, the meta doesn't allow him very much. That's why. Well, that's the thing, Mr. Mountains. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta actually didn't tank as well as you think. Having played him in the top 100 while he was out, his defenses were good at times, but then after that, that was it. After, like, the 2 switch-ins where you can tank against purples, he was just easy to wall through, and they fixed that. Nashwin. So, let's talk about it, because now we're getting to the other units. Alright, so this is going to get a little bit weird, mainly because it's hard for me to rank where these go. But if I had to rank them in a particular position, we're going to do this based upon fundamentally what I see. Okay, so how often I see these units, how good they actually can be, and yada yada yada. What is the best yellow unit right now? Probably Gohan or Majub or Frieza. Like, those would be some of the best yellow units there. Anyways, but that's only if I'm thinking of, like, things off the top of my head. I can't really think of, like, all of them, so we'll see. Alright, so this is gonna get wonky, so not sure where we go with this. Let's place you in D tier. Unfortunately. You go there. Hello? Sadness. Cries. Although, it's an argument between these two, where they go. But we'll get there afterwards. I might put you in C, but I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. I still get to rearrange this afterwards, so just give me a moment. And then we'll go to the actual opinions of the 100, top 100. Zenkai 14 went, oof, no, please don't. Oh, we got another bot. Can we kill it? I want another bot dead. I think this would be fair if I do it this way. That. Followed by that. Followed by that. Yeah, I think that's fair. I want to put Cell next. I just don't know where. Well, I mean, like, to be fair, Mr. Mounds, what's the point of a defensive unit? To be offensive or to be defensive? And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was lacking a little bit of defense, but needed offense, right? So they fixed them. We have the same situation, but reversed. So, Mr. Mountains, like, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, I could just apply that same argument in reversal. By that token, by that respect, then all Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta needed was extra defense, nothing more. So why is Majin Vegeta so bad? He's not bad by any means. He just got replaced. He just got replaced. That's his biggest issue. And on top of that, he gets walled off by any good green. Like, his blue card's supposed to deal massive damage. Okay, if I were to compare Majin Vegeta against, like, anyone here, he could decimate Zamasu. He could damage Frieza really badly. He could potentially kill full power Broly. He could kill kill VB. But damage alone doesn't actually mean that you're good enough. You have to look at the rest of the kit, right? And you also have to look at what he can kill off, what he gets walled off by. Like, if I were to compare LF Ape Vegeta versus Majin Vegeta, if I'm up against a blue unit, he's designed to actually deal damage against blues. Majin Vegeta can't even do a dent into Zenkai 7 Majin Buu. Good. And that's honestly, like, the staple unit to actually see if you can do damage. If you can do damage against that unit, you have a chance in this meta, for sure. Because that unit's not very high up. I think he's, like, in people's personal opinions, anywhere between 20 or 30 in terms of, like, best units in the game. And I'm referring to, like, top 6K players and up. I'm not even referring to, like, all players in the game. Because I'm sure there's people that think he's, like, a 50 unit or a 40 or whatever. Oh, you're talking about Super Saiyan Blue, lol? Which one? Oh, this one? Oh, it's because he's got no Zenkai. His kit's good, but the problem is he's got no stats to back it up. This is a clear indication of where stats are actually needed to make him better. Just boost his stats. And he would skyrocket up. Exactly, Mr. Mountains. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could apply the same thing with the two, which is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Give him a defensive plat equip that is specific for him. Changes everything. I'm not sure which order. I don't know if it's this way or this way. It really doesn't matter. They both don't see much play. Actually, let's put Cell, because Cell sees a little bit more play than Majin Vegeta. And then... Oh, you guys are going to hate me. You guys are going to hate me. That hurts me. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. It hurts in here. UI. Oh, God. Oh, God. I hate it. I want UI to be so good. Why is he there? Can I just put him above Beerus because of based opinions? Can I do that? Will people forgive me if I get to put UI above Beerus? Can I do that? Will people let me? Chat, will you let me do it? Can I do it, please? Just for the sake of it? Because I'm just, like, thinking about, like, their abilities, and his ability to seal off main abilities is way more impressive and way more versatile than what UI can do once. Can I put him above Beerus, please? 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 Can I put him right here? Please, chat. Right. There we go. Balance, as all things should be. Godly. Actually, no. We'll just... Yeah, there we go. I like this tier list. It's nice. Very nice. I'm in love with it. Looks good. It looks good, you know? Looks really good. I personally feel like there's a couple of positions that you could interswap. Like, for example, you could argue that this Broly could be higher. You could argue that this Rose is lower. But I think their general placement of where they are in their tier lists makes sense to me. Like, he improved drastically with his Plat Equip, but it didn't fix his core kit issue, which I think is the biggest downfall of this this unit. UI. There you go. I don't know where to place him, honestly. Like, I don't know where he goes. I really don't know where he goes. I honestly don't know. Here, guys, you guys can, oh, wow, you can see my, part of my room. There you go. Here. Oh, wow, I can't even let you guys screenshot it because, like, part of it is gone. So yeah, that's the tier list. For my personal opinion. Let's now change it. So Emily, how do I now how am I able to change my tier list writing thing? I don't know how to do that. You didn't teach me how to do it. So I'm like nub.
Double click.
Double click, yes. Oh. Data. Done. All right. So now we're gonna do this. So I have to. How do I reset this? Because I'm nub. I'm nub. Help reset, please. How reset? Reset right there. Thank you. Nub. Me nub. Thank you. Okay, there we go. We reset it. We don't have Z tier anymore, but that's okay. We will make it. Come on. So now we're going to base it off of the top 100. Okay? So that changes things quite a bit. Now my personal opinion can go out the window because now it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what they think. So we're going to be basing this off of, yes, you are late, Trusty, but welcome anyways. So now we're going to do this couple of things. So I'm going to be using the data that I see, that I have, but I'm also going to be considering each time they showed up in the meta. I'm also going to be considering how many times do they occur, how many times they're leader, and also their impact in the meta. All right? So we're going to do it based off of that. So you're going to honestly see some things that you might disagree with. But I've got the data, and if you guys don't believe me, let me just show it. I have the data, and I have every fecking season. I have everything. All of it. At all times. So, you know, you can argue, but I don't care. I've got the data. So I'm using it now to actually build this. So this bias goes out the window now. And just one other thing. Lastly, just because, in my personal opinion, I put someone in B tier or C tier or D tier doesn't necessarily make... Actually, in D tier, you're pretty much trash. But just because you're in C tier or B tier or A or S or wherever, doesn't mean you're actually bad. It just means that you're not as good as the top units. Like, I think a lot of people don't focus on the bigger picture. Just because you're a B tier unit doesn't mean you're not usable. Or if you're A tier, it means you're not usable. No. It just means you're lacking some fundamentals in your kit, but you can easily gloss them over because clearly you're being used. But anyways, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, so in first place, it again goes to GV. His impact in the meta is just insane. There's really not much to say about it. He is quite the monster. How do I stop getting clapped by the Goku and Vegeta unit? Oh, easy. RR them. Just RR them and don't let them switch. Either that or just completely one-shot them. I don't know. Do that. That works. It works for me at least. Like, you know, I RR them or I clap them in one blue card, or I get a little lucky, or just put them in, make them the last stand unit and then proceed to hit them. I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to say. Use your mechanics that you have. It depends on your team. If you have lock-in, use it. If you have the ability to raise sub counts, use that. If you have the ability to put them in a bad situation where you can then ult them, do that. Rising Rush. Yeah, Rising Rush. RR. Yeah, an ult card could kill them in one shot, depending on the unit you're ulting with. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go back to this modern data tier list, because unfortunately, I have to do that. And yeah. It's a something. It's a something, I'll tell you that much. Okay. All right, next up on the list, based upon everything that's occurring, I don't agree with it, but this is what the people say, so you have to agree with it. I'm sorry, you have to agree with it, because the top 100 say so, so I have to go based off of it. Like, people are not running this unit as, as just anything. They are actually running this unit consistently. So SV is Z tier in their opinion. And you know what? That's fine. I won't argue it. For me, he's at the top of my S tier list. So, I think one of the reasons why he's so high up with a lot of players is because he can be run on mono purple, he can be run on fusions, he can be run on blue color counter teams, he can be run on Super Saiyans, and on top of that, his ability to come on in and just automatically have card draw speed is really good. His ability to remove buffs is really good. His damage output is amazing. His defense is actually really good. Like, there's a lot going for him. And if you apply crit buffs onto him, he's actually a monster. Like, I get it. But, a lot of them are really considering this guy at 14 stars because of the health buff. That's something to consider when you're actually looking at this unit. He's a 14-star unit in this scenario. Yeah, I agree, Monkey. I don't agree with it, but I won't contest it because clearly, there's a reason why he sees such high occurrence. It can't just be because, he's there. There's a lot more of a reason. Like, for example, for those of you that don't really know, his occurrence in the multiple seasons was 42. What else? 52. And then 67 out of 100 for each one. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not a bench unit, if I've ever seen a bench unit. So, can I still Zenkai Pure Zamasu? I think so. I think he's in the USTR shop. So you can still Zenkai him in the USTR shop. You just have to go to Ultra Space Time Rush Exchange Shop, and then you should find him there, and then just exchange. So yeah, now we're going with data. I'm sorry, guys. You might not like the results. I might not like the results, but I'm not going to argue. I mean, I can, but it's useless. It's absolutely useless to argue. All right. Next up on the list of units, where are you? Ultra Space Time Rush. There we go. It is limited, but you just do that over the course of time and you'll get him to Zenkai 7. You had to do it during his event, or you have to do it the slow way. So, yeah, this guy is in Z tier. He is a big booster. He's a big ka-chow man. He does things. He's a big boy. Big boy. I don't really have much to say about this unit other than, like, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know what else to say. Fair enough. Yo, Gaming Magic Roblox. Hello. You don't have to keep spamming. Oh my fucking god. Can someone time him out? That's too much. Emily, can you time him out? Please and thank you. That's too much. All right. Go here. And then finally we're going to go with, where are you? All right. No, 1 second, guys. Let me just do one last replacement. One mistake. I made one mistake when I did this. 1 second. Actually, wait a second. Maybe I didn't make a mistake. Give me one moment, guys. I just want to double check that I didn't make this mistake. One mistake, guys. Here we go. Sorry. There we go. That's better. All right. So, how to justify this? I'm going to have to assume that a lot of these units are pretty much at 14 stars or close to 14, which could probably explain why he's so high up. But I feel like it's a lot of contention because, like, you can put him on a lot of teams, so I kind of get it. My only issue with this is it kind of confuses me because SOH is definitely stronger, but he definitely enables a lot. Again, I'm looking at the data here, and he is popping up more. He is showing up a lot more in leader slots, which matters a lot. Like, when you think of a leader slot, you think of an actual usable unit. And that says a lot about a unit, right? Again, whether you agree or not is... Again, we're looking at the top 100, right? So, I'm seeing what they're doing and why they're doing it. And fair enough. Let's see. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's not seeing any leader slot placements. So. Yo, Kaio, how you doing? I see you there. Yeah, so this is the Z tier list. This is what they think. At least in terms of data, not necessarily what each opinion of each player thinks. This is the data, what the data says about them. The data is telling me this. Makes sense, I guess. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to move on to S. So, let's do S. This is kind of scary. So let's do it. Okay. Okay, so next up, I believe the next one on this list. So this one's going to be a bit slower because I have to make sure that I don't mess this up. This matters that I don't mess it up. So just give me a moment, guys, okay? Because I want to give you guys the most accurate version of this list as I can. So that means give me some time. Yeah, so the next one on this list is Revival Gohan. There we go. So I'm looking at the last 3 seasons and putting them all together to get an idea. So Mr. Mountains, if you want, you can take a look at what I'm doing. But I'm taking the last 3 seasons that we've had, and I'm making them into a tier list for top 100, and I'm just averaging it out. Oh damn, he's gonna go high up, isn't he? Feck. Also, fair to note that certain units are popular because of the current meta. Absolutely. And that's actually another thing. So, like, I think Revival Gohan sees a lot of play because he can be in movies. He can be in Mono Purple. And on top of that, like, some people really value that over, you know, getting RR'd a second time or even the first time, that sort of thing. But yeah, this is where they place him. They use him a lot. He's actually quite used. It's kind of scary. Now, of course, I am not considering any unit that shows up a lot but is benched. So, like, a lot of these, I'm taking a look at the teams too, and whenever I see a unit's, like, benched, I don't really consider that in reference to the, in reference to where they actually place. Okay, so Rose went down. That's cool. I want to double check to make sure that Rose stays down, because that would obviously lower him down on my list. Yeah, he goes down, down, down. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so then we're going to move on. This is going to be slow. Make God Key great again. I mean, they are not bad, I think. Still, even now. But yeah, they are on the decline, so I agree with that. They are on the decline. That's 100% true. Really? Really? Okay, let me just double check this. I want to double check, guys. 1 second. You're about to get a big shocketh. You'll be so shooketh it will be insane. I have to actually double check the teams too. So 1 second, because I might ignore that if it's actually what I think it is. Okay, so yeah, he's bench. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. So I can ignore him. Cool. Then in that case, next one is this guy. Cool. Awesome. Good to know. Okay, good to know. He's more bench than he's usable, but he's still usable. Got it. So if you guys don't know, I'm using like also teams. So I'm also looking at teams, and then I'm filtering by just like going Control F, and then I'm filtering through while also looking at unit occurrences. So there's a lot of quick data that's being implemented while I'm doing this. So this could take me a little bit. But from what I can see, he's not used a lot. So it's already in the biggest decline in terms of the usability, in terms of like how many times he gets used. So I think a lot of his problems isn't actually that he's a bad unit or isn't used because he's underrated. It's actually because a lot of people are using meta teams. So people that are using him seem to be using some sort of variation of an anti-meta team, plus placing him on the leader slot or placing him, let me just double check. Placing him on, just go and find him. Or they're placing him in a specific setup of a team, which requires him to nullify endurance. So let me just find him so I can just get an idea. Yeah, so he is being leader slotted. He's also being played on specific teams. He's actually gone up in relevance recently, actually. And he's 66% of the time, roughly, he is being placed on the leader slot. That's impressive. So yeah, he's an anti-meta pick. Yep. Yeah. So he's a really good, I mean, the ability to nullify endurance just straight up is really good. Let's be real. It's really good. So, like I said, this isn't now my opinion anymore. This is now the top 100 player opinion. So, and when I say their opinion, I say the data of their opinion. So, like they place where they place. This is the top 100, what it looks like. So, over 3 seasons. So, just letting you guys know, this is over 3 seasons. This isn't over 1. So, I'm really doing a lot of mental math here. But I'm also using our scripts to actually see the occurrence as quickly as possible because it really helps me take a look. So, like Mr. Mounds, I'm using this as well to help me average it out. So, I don't know if you know, but I'm using this. Okay. Next up on my list of units. Oh, really? Which sheet is that, Mr. Mountains? What is it called? Because I'll use that instead if I can. Oh, seasons comparison scripts. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Thank you. That makes my life even easier. Yep. Per unit per team. I see it. Yep. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's because of how. Okay, so the reason why he looks so odd is because of like how he's built, like actually image wise. If you take a look how he is in the art and you were to strip it all away, that's why he looks like that. It's really creepy. But they made him awkward looking. So sorry guys for taking so long, but this is like one of those situations where I got to be really meticulous and make sure I don't mess this up if I can. Only once? Oh no. Oh no. Oh shoot. Oh no. Yo, Mr. Mountains. For the last 3 seasons, look up LLSBE. You should do it. You honestly should do it. I'm very sad right now. Put you at the back, bud. Put you at the back. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that BS. You don't deserve that. You deserve far better than that. So you know where I'm gonna have to place him, right? Yeah. Oh god. Oh no. What the hell? What the actual? This pains me so much. All right, but let's go with the next one so I can just like get some things out of the way. All right, so you go above, right there. Yeah, I know, and you know, I felt bad for Quack because he said Veggie Clan finally meta. Me, probably not the meta. Nope. That sucks. That actually honestly sucks. All right, but next up on the list, and it's on the decline, so just be aware of that. This is in regards to usable units, like units that are being used a lot. There. This looks so much different from my tier list already. What the feck? What is this? Because we're also going based upon like usability, not just bench. So like I'm kind of ignoring whenever I see them as a bench unit. It really helps with like filtering out all the BS when it comes to like, oh, he's a bench unit. Because like bench does matter, but I only take it so far. Like if you're never being used, what's the point of putting you in a specific tier? And the final one that needs to be tiered in the area that they're supposed to be tiered is you. All right, so that is our S tier, Z tier, and S tier list. Now we're moving on to A. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask. I will be willing to answer them based upon what the top 100 says, data-wise. You might not agree, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm using the data. The yellow indicates how many times they show up in a specific team, right? And I'm just going based off on that. Fusions 3 times. Fusions 5 times. Where else? Nowhere. Fusions 2 times. 1 time in movies. 1 time in God Key. right? So and then I can also look at other selections too. So I've got a lot of data to use. Plus I also have the team, so I can take a look at the teams too. So it's not like I'm going into this blind with just the numbers. I'm using multiple different spreadsheets for those same numbers. And yeah, everything's lining up as it is, and it's painful. It's painful to watch this for me. Because a lot of this is shocking. Like I'm genuinely getting shocked while doing this myself. All right, in A tier, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He actually sees a lot of bench play, especially on Fusion, surprisingly. And then on top of that, he's being placed a lot in a lot of different teams. And it seems like he is being used in some matchups, but generally speaking, he's a Zenkai buffer for Gogeta. So, and it's the same problem with Nameku. Nameku would definitely see play if UL Gogeta didn't exist. So it's easier for me to put him in S tier, but he's got a lot of usage, but it's mainly bench. And a lot of it is in correlation to UL Gogeta also being on the team. So, like, I take that into account, and that helps me with the decision-making on where Nameku actually resides. So, yeah, it's nice to know that Nameku is still doing well, despite not doing well because of where the placements are with specific units. It's insane. All right, moving on. Bro, tell me the best team for future. I mean, here, let's look at what the last person did for future. We can take a look at what the last person did for a future team to give you an idea of what you could do for future. All right, here's a future team. You could do LL Trunks, LL Super Saiyan Future Gohan. Whoops, I gotta do this. Well, that's a strange team. That's a strange team. Let's go with a more standard team. Just so that way we can actually deal with it. Okay, LL Trunks is a green Zamasu GB, LL Super Saiyan Future Gohan, green Mai, and then this person was deciding to put green Bandit Yamcha and then yellow Kid Gohan just for double health and then massive boost to like green and yellow plus the blue because of leader slot. Is Super Saiyan 3 Goku not being used due to GV effect? I think it's a lot to do with a lot of cover change blocking. It also has probably a lot to do with the fact that we have units like SV that can pretty much dismantle this dude, whereas SV can't necessarily dismantle Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4. I think the stats actually matter here. It also takes SSJ3 a lot of time to ramp up, so I do understand why he might be there, right? Whereas Nameku as a last man standing unit, by the point that you get to there, most likely SV has already clicked the main. Whereas Super Saiyan 3 is definitely not a last man standing unit. So that's another thing. He's more like a mid to late game play, but mainly mid game play. He's not as much late game. He can be used in the late game, but there's nothing special about his late game unless you've saved his main ability / ult for that entire time. Chances are you won't in this meta because you can't. So I really truly believe that if you are doing that, you're probably already winning as it is. So there you go. And no problem, Harsh Singh, I got you. Anyways, so yeah, I think really that most likely has something to do with that. And nothing more. Is Fusions finally a meta team? Yes. Yes, it's finally a meta team. It's a meta team once more. UL Gogeta gave it the boosting power it needed to be meta. Well, that and SV. SV and UL combined really gave them the ability to be meta. Majub only kept the team together, but now with those trifecta, it's an absolute nightmare. Plus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Like, you have so many options with fusions, it's actually insane. It's hard to pick what are your main three because you can play any variation and it'll feel good. And you're always going to want one of them to come in, and you're like, damn it, I wish I could bring this one in, but I have to bring this one in. He's like, why can't I bring all four? It's insane. Plus, they have access to GV because they can. Leader slots exist, so it's insane what they can do. All right, now let's keep going because there are options. There are options to be made. Let's do Piccolo. See if Piccolo's anywhere. Piccolo is kind of a dead... Oh, no, nope. He sees representation in somewhere. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Wow. Okay. That's impressive. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Surprised. Why is LF Frieza Zenkai being used? Because he holds a blue card. That's probably why. If I'm looking at his teams, it looks like it's because they value the ability to hold a blue card plus support of the team. Plus his green card being able to immobilize is really, really powerful. So it really looks like he's being used for the cards held and versatility in kit. Plus cover change, obviously. So there's a lot going for LF Frieza that we, clearly undervalue. Again, leader slots greatly improved specific units, especially this Frieza. Again, this is like, I'm just using the data. I don't know what else to say. I'm just using the data. I don't think he's personally that high, but who am I to judge? I can only say so much. My opinion only goes so far. 2, 4. All right. It's pretty safe to say that this is next up on the line. FSK definitely goes in A tier. I mean, you could argue that they're all S, but that's actually surprisingly looking kind of similar to where I placed them last time, but I'm going to place them in A. Why is Rose so high? I never see him. Because you're not in the top 100. That's why. Is Kid Buu a menace still? Tournaments, somewhat. In ladder, I mean, technically speaking, but not really. Let me double check. I can double check that for you right now. Better to just check than to say this empty stuff that I'm saying. Okay, let's double check. I'll tell you right now if he's a menace in the top 100 or not. Okay, 1. Okay. Okay. So where is my little boy? Go right here. So no, he is not really a menace. No. Not really. Okay, to be fair, though, this Rose is on the decline, whereas this guy is averaging out, but based upon the averages, I still have to give it to Rose because he's been used a lot more frequently than any of these units here in regards to actual units. Can you show me future team because I'm confused? Well, I can't show you a picture because right now I'm just dealing with this. So I'm not going to stop. Like, if you want, you could join my Discord and someone can show you a future team in my Discord, but I'm not going to stop the stream because of someone wanting something from me right now. I've got to continue with this because I still haven't done animations and I haven't done sex appeal, okay? I have to do those tier lists too. That matters. Sex appeal matters, okay? Anyways, let's go back because I need to like double check where CMZ is. Watch me be surprised by how like often he gets used. Okay, so that's 2, 1. Wow, actually, he doesn't get used as often as I think. Oh, wait. 9. Okay. So 9, 1, 2, and 1. Okay, that's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. That's going to go up high. I'm just going to have to double check a couple of others, but if that keeps on going the way it's going, holy shit. That's impressive. All right, let's go with VB. And then we're going to also look at teams because I have to double check to make sure. Oh, wow, VB is even being used in the last season. Jesus. 1, 2. Ooh. VB, my boy, you're not doing so bad. VB, though, is below CMZ here. So that's cool. That's cool. Let's take a look at Goten. I'm also going to take a look at how often he would probably be showing up. But not only that, how often he's going to actually be used. Because that matters too. I can't just place him high because he sees a lot of usage in the bench. That's completely bad and wrong. So 1 here. So 1. Movies. Oh, bench. Hybrids. Not bench. Okay. So that matters. Hybrids not bench. Pure team benched. Cool. Actually, no. 2 teams not benched. Cool. Or is that 1? Might be 1. 3 hybrids, 1 movies. Let me look at these teams. Pure and Pure Team Sun Fam. So Sun Fam, not bench, so not bench. He goes actually below VB, but he is right there. Okay, what about tier list based on Toshi's opinion? I mean, we have to ask Toshi himself. We'll have to ask Toshi about it himself, okay? Wait. We gotta check UI. It's important to check UI, because UI needs to have his own tier list, right? UI needs his own tier list. Yo. Okay. That. Oh, that's less impressive than I thought. Okay. Right there. That's less impressive than I thought. So Zamasu fell off. Which Zamasu? The CMZ? Actually, you're gonna be surprised where he ends up. Beerus. I want to look at Beerus. I really want to see where Beerus is. Okay, so Beerus is dead. Beerus is very dead. Okay, yep. Okay, go at the very bottom. Go at the very bottom. Beerus, you're dead. You died a painful death. Although, to be fair, not surprised. Beerus is pretty unfortunate. He's pretty something. MV. Ooh. Yeah, we go there. All right. We're kind of ordering this now. Oh, I actually don't want to see this. Although I kind of already know where this is going. So, it's going to be sad, but, you know, it is what it is. What? No way. What in the world is going on here? No. I gotta double check this. This is ridiculous. You can't be honestly telling me that you decided that this was a better unit to use than that. Let me see this shit. I'm sorry for my French, but what the feck? Oh, thank God. Boom! We fixed it. We saved the world. We saved it. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, we fixed it. All right, I messed up. SSBE is much higher because I mislooked at one of the numbers. SSB is being used once. Oh, thank God. I thought that made no sense to me, and now it makes sense. Okay, we're okay. The world is back into equivalent. Like, I understand the world now. Okay, I thought the top 100 was high as hell. Oh, God. Thank God I made a mistake. Oh, thank God. Oh, that was scaring me. I was like, what the feck was wrong with SSBE? There's nothing wrong with that unit. Other than his teams. That's it. But there's, like, to me, there was no way this thing was higher. I was about to, like, just call them out on, like, utter BS. But, okay, we're fine. Okay. Jeez, that was terrifying for a second there. That was utterly terrifying. I hope they never do that to me again. Okay. That's a lot of Vegeta. It's ridiculous. Okay, the fact that UI is going to be this high up is hilarious to me. Like, it's actually hilarious. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. It can go right here or here. It doesn't really matter. So that's all the same there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, let's rate them now. All right, take care, Mr. Mountains. Thanks for being here, by the way. All right, there we go. Good night, Mr. Mountains. Have a great night, okay? So, yeah, that's, okay. Huh. Here, let me move myself so you guys can see the entirety of it. You guys are going to see, like, a little bit of me as I show you the tier list. Let me just put this to the side. So if you guys want to screenshot this, you can right now. So this is, okay, so what I did for this is that I took all the team occurrences. I looked at all the unit occurrences for the last 3 seasons. 3. I then compilated how many, I looked at the teams physically and looked at how many times in the teams, and this is why it took me so long. Check Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the last season. I mean, I will, but I thought I did, and it was pretty high. Okay, so I'm right there. The team, I mean. Well, yeah, one is there. GT. If you're referring to the potential cheater, like, I'll look at that, but I did take that in consideration. I was able to ignore it. Like, I discluded that, right? Why is Super Saiyan 4 so high? Which one? There's 2. There's this one, and then there is the yellow one. So there's 2. So you need to be more specific with me with this one. Which Super Saiyan 4 are you referring to? The grade, like the Gogeta or the Goku? Because that matters so much when asking me that question. So as long as you specify which one you're referring to, I can answer you. Goku. All right, so based upon his previous performances, he's been seen a lot in GT. Actually, in fact, most of the time he does see some core representation in GT every single season, some more than other. It's clear to me that a lot of the high-tier players, they tend to value the damage output too, not just Majub, and sometimes they can run both. So it looks like to me, GT as a whole is so complete that they can use him as like a cover rescue or as a way to build defense. So I get it. I personally think that he's more of like a B-tier unit, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You want to put him at highest of B tier or lowest of A tier, it makes no difference to me. It really makes no difference. There's not much of a difference between high to low in this category. Right? So you want to put him here? I'm okay with that. Do that. You want to put him right here? I'm also okay with that. I'm going based upon the data here, right? I'm not going based off on anything else. So like you guys saw my tier list, I put him as B at the time. Because I personally, or maybe it was C, I don't remember. It was either B or C. Now I don't remember. And I can always look back at this tier list later when I revisit my own stream and see where I place things so I can take screenshots and stuff like that. So like, it really makes no difference where he is in B and A. I mean, it does, but in regards to where he is at officially, it makes no difference if I put him at the highest of B or lowest of A. It's the same thing. It's really just the placement of A or B. And based upon how GT is as a team, I have to give him an A rating because I personally think it should be A rating because GT as a team is actually fundamentally strong. He's fundamentally strong, and that matters a lot. Okay, I'm gonna put myself right here now. Well, after not having him to get him to send test stars from SOH banner, sucks to see SSBE and B. I personally agree. I think SSBE is way stronger than people like the top 100 gives him credit for, but at the same time, they're not using him. They're not using him because there's clearly a better usage out of specific units. Like, you're gonna obviously, because this is an LL tier list, right? This is LL only. We don't consider units like Majub, which would probably definitely knock this guy out of S tier. This is an S tier rating based off of the top 100 data, based off of that. Right? So, I mean, realistically, what I should be doing, if you guys want to know my honest opinion about some of these units and how they're being placed, probably I should be putting these guys all the way down here and reserving S for only these two, making all of these A, and then doing this. In fact, actually, maybe this is what I'm going to do. I think this is actually fair. I think this is more fair than what I did. Sure, these are S tier in terms of the amount of times they get used, but in terms of what they have, if I were to include other units on top of that, these guys are probably still A tier, not actually S. Nameku might be the only one that could actually have an argument in S tier. But he doesn't see as much play as the 3 units above, ironically. Like, in terms of, like, actually being brought in. In terms of bench, he's used a lot because his Z ability is amazing and his Zenkai ability is so free. So you can buff up a lot of blue Saiyans, right? So why run SSB if you can run Future Han? I mean, that's a very fair point. Like, there is really no reason to run SSB if you can run Future Han. But at the same time, like, SSBE is actually still quite solid. He's a fantastic monster if you're winning, and he actually has ways to come back if you're losing. So he's a very complete unit that just suffers from teams. I think teams make or break units, and this is one of those situations where this is actually the case. I'm very, very pleased by Full Power Frieza's placement nowadays. Like, he makes me very proud. Now, am I a little bit surprised of the order of the Z tier units? Yes, but at the same time, I'm okay with how that works out because, I mean, it's very similar to my list, and the placements don't matter too much in that regard, so it's fine for what it is. All right, so next we're going to be doing this based off of animation. We're going to reset this again. Okay, so this is where things are going to get extremely wonky because, like, not everyone's going to agree. Not everyone can agree with what I'm about to say. So, now we're going to be doing this. Animazione. So the best way to do animazione is we're going to look up every single animazione ever. So let's go with the easiest one. Let's see. I want to do this in a way that I don't overuse someone else's stuff. So how are we going to do this? If I do this, and click on this. All right, so we're going to do this. There we go. That way we're not... Oh, wow. I can't see me. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to replay that so I can just see that again. Because that's going to give me an idea of where I need to be placing these things. Okay, so I'm gonna memorize all of them. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, so we got Piccolo. Nice kick. Followed by the big Ka-Chow. Yup. Okay. Bakayoro! Okay. Boo. You'll understand why I say boo in a bit. Okay. Okay. Ka-Chow. That seems so awkward to me. How that, like, your character can be seen after getting blown to bits. Oh, yeah. What the fuck? I love that. Yes! Alright, I know where that's going in sex appeal. Oh, nice. I got a nice glimpse there. That was good. That was good stuff. Big Ka-Chow. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know, you guys, this is going to be very opinionated, so just be ready for it. Very opinionated. Okay. Okay. Gogeta Blue, let's go. Give him the big Ka-Chow. Yes. Okay. I won't need to see SOH or GVs because, like, I already know what they look like. And I've memorized the pattern. And I remember how much of specific things I get to see. So I'll know where they land on sex appeal. So yeah, though oh, that's so nice. That's some sex appeal right there. Yeah. No, that's less sex appeal. I need to see more of the other thing. Okay, nice backflips. I like that. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Sex appeal. Low on the low end. So we got Kid Buu now. It's got the ballet stance. I love it. Ooh, yes. Edginess. Yes. Scythe. Let's go. Twirl it. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's pretty sex. All right. And we're going to go with the Big Ka-Chow. Oh, that's really nice. I actually really like that. Wow. That animation's actually really dope. I wish I had this unit. Now I just wish that I had that unit. That unit's really dope. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That's... Okay, that's going to be some major sex appeal right there. Mmm... Yep. Ah, Teletubby Man. Okay. Okay. Dragon Fist is cool. I agree. Dragon Fist is really cool. I only got to see a little bit. Oh, whatever. It's fine. You guys will understand how I'll rate sex appeal in a bit, so don't worry about it. Not sexy whatsoever. All right, so we saw the animations. We didn't see all of them, but I know the ones that I know certain ones, so we're going to go now and do it based upon this. Okay, so we're only going to go S to D. We're not going to do any Z or anything like that, so just letting you know. Anything that we didn't see, don't worry about it. I remember how it goes. And anyone that I don't remember, I'm going to look it up. So we should be okay in that regard. Or I can actually like look it up myself by just using a specific unit that I own and looking at it myself. So we will do it that way. All right. So in terms of animation, I personally, like this is again, my own personal opinion. I love GV's animation. I think their LF animation is really, really solid and really, really cool to look at. And it's quite mesmerizing, like how it runs. It's just, I don't know. I really like it, and that pains me because I really like Super Saiyan 3s. So, let's see. Let me see what I'm going to be doing next on this list of things. Where are you? So I'm also going to be, like, in the meantime, also throwing in, like, no, this one. Yeah. This is right now LF animation. So yeah, it's just based off of LFM animations alone and nothing else. I'm gonna be putting you in C tier. So I like his animation, and honestly, I would have put him in B tier. But the problem is he has no actual new ending. He follows in the same pose every single time you win, no matter what you're doing, whether it's an LF animation or a regular card arts, the same ending pose. And I think that's really disappointing. There's a bot. I know Nashwin, but there's nothing I can do about it because Emily's not here. And I have no idea where my mods are, so I can't do anything about it right now. But yeah, so personally speaking, in terms of like FSK, I love FSK as like an animation until we get to the ending. The ending kills it for me. I wish that they had given us a different ending for just general stuff, or alternatively, they give us a new ending for his LF animation. I think that really matters to me. It does complete the LF, and when you don't have that, it's pain to me. To me, it's pain. So, yeah, here we are. So it's going there. You can disagree with me. I don't care. This is an opinion. All right, Beerus. Beerus is going above, but not by much. And I think the reason why I'm putting Beerus this low in regards to this type of like animation is because I can see Goku's body. Disintegrate that. Like, if you're doing an LF finish with Beerus, he definitely didn't hold back. He went for the kill. You murdered your opponent. That's what the finish is supposed to be about. Don't tell me that you didn't murder, because you definitely did. You 100% murdered your opponent. So where is this I've survived BS? I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to see that at all. So yeah, that's how I feel. Same with Goten, no new pose. Exactly. Thank you. And yeah, that tells me the next one. Like, personally speaking, Goten actually goes below Beerus. Goten, in my opinion, goes below Beerus. Because at least Beerus has a different animation ending. Has an actual different animation ending, and that, to me, I appreciate. I like that. So, just letting y'all know. Now, what I would say is an average, whatchamacallit, an average animation, in my opinion, is Broly. Now, why is Broly an average animation? Because it's one of those what-ifs that feel kind of weird. He kind of ends it on a low note. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but whenever he does his animation, he ends it off with him going, with his mouth beam, and that's it. But I don't know, I feel like I wanted more physicality out of Broly than I got. Like, he did his grab you into a mountain and bash you around and throw you, but then he just did a mouth beam, and I feel like he should have finished it with another pummel. I don't know. I just see this man pounding on his opponent. That's what she said. But pounding on his opponent and utterly demolishing. Again, this is a personal opinion, so if you disagree, that's totally fine. This is how I feel about this character in regards to his LF animation. I feel like they could have done a little bit more. It's like one of those what-if animations that I was like, could have been more. Could have been better. Speaking of which, I'm putting Piccolo also in B. I know that there's not much else that they could do, but I'm gonna put it above though. But it's clean. There's not much else to say. It's just, I don't know. I don't really like it as much. Like, sue me. Sue me. I don't like it as much. I don't know what else to say about that other than it's okay. It's pretty good, but like I don't care. I don't really care about it as much. Sue me. All right. Next up, LF animation. We're putting this guy in A. The Dragon Fist animation is freaking goated as hell. I think the only issue with it is that there's not really much of an issue. as much as it's just like, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's S tier, but it's like so close. It's honestly so close to S tier for me. Again, all of this stuff is subjective. Like, if you guys have your own specific tier list, let me know. Or just, what you could do is you can make a reaction video to this and then make your own tier list. I'm totally okay with that. I'm not against that. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Like, I personally didn't find his animation to be as, like, personally impressive as maybe, others would find him. But I think he's really high and very close to S. I think that he is really cool, but I don't know. I think it's because maybe Super Saiyan 4. If you had given me Super Saiyan 3 with the same animation or similar, I probably would put him in S. I think also the form matters too to me. I find the Super Saiyan 3 one more iconic than the Super Saiyan 4 one, especially because of who he did his Dragon Fist 2. That's why. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. And Nameku is B, but higher B. I think it's because of how short the animation is, honestly. It's like, I love the you fool, but then I don't like that ending pose. It feels awkward to me. I'm not saying it's bad. Like, not actually when he goes away. When he goes away, it makes sense. But I don't like his facial expression as it looks very clunky and chunky. He doesn't, for some reason, look like the Goku I think of when I see him. It doesn't look very clean animation-wise. And then he turns back, he goes away, and that's legit. But that initial, like, pose, and then, it felt weird. Felt weird to me. Again, I could be just talking nonsense, and you guys are just like, but, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Sue me. Okay. Vegeta's going in A tier. Animation-wise, really like it. It's very clean. It's very solid. Not much else to say. Like, it's a solid animation that I really like over the other animations. This is just based upon, like, what I like more. And I like the dual clap. Ka-chow. I like the clap ka-chow, okay? Sue me. I say sue me, but don't actually, please. All right. You're going in S. I really like Ape Vegeta's final animation. I know a lot of you guys didn't get to see it, but I don't know if you guys remember, but he goes into a giant ape. He then proceeds to be Monkey. And I love Monkey. Monkey is great, okay? So, not much to say other than he's just fantastic. I really like the inclusion of a great ape in our animations. I wish that we could actually play as a great ape, or at least fight a great ape. That would be really cool, but here we are. That's what it is. Gohan's going in A. I really like the backflips. I really like just the overall presentation of that unit. Feels good. Feels right. Feels like hope for the future type of thing. It's like a nice what-if scenario where he wins. It feels good. It's like that anime ending, like, you save the world, and now we wait for the next battle to begin. Felt good. All right, Majin Vegeta goes in S tier. Fecking iconic scene. Everything about it just felt good. Just feels good. Like, I love it. I wish that they made him crumble to dust, though. Like, fall over, crumble to dust. I'm not sure if they could do that. I'm sure they could have. But, it is what it is. I like it. It was a really good scene. Really good. Alrighty. Super Saiyajin 3 Goku. Let me just move this like this. Let me move this like that. Super Saiyajin 3 Goku. I really like that. Is it a ultimate spirit bomb? Might be an ultimate spirit. I'm not sure what type of spirit bomb it is. It's not like one of those super spirit bombs, I think. Or maybe it is a super spirit. I don't know. It's basically the cut above all the spirit bombs he's done before that. Why am I phasing in and out? Let me just fix this. There we go. Feels really good. The animation's clean. I really like the final poses. I like everything about it. It's very final. And I really like the finale of Dragon Ball Z with him using that move on Kid Buu. That scene to me was extremely iconic, even if the overall arc wasn't that great. and it just made me really happy. So, I don't know. All right, Animazione Pose. Gonna put him above. So this Revival Kid Gohan, I know it's a refiltered one, but honestly, it's a good one. For a rehashed unit made LF, it feels good. Like it's a solid LF finish, and it does make me feel like I just KO'd my opponent, like legitimately KO'd them. So, and it feels not too drawn out. It feels like just perfect, like that final scene pose of you're done, and that's it. And it felt good. Like I really, really enjoyed it as a result. Okay. I think FSK's LF is better than that. We've just grown to despise it. Well, I really say that his... Okay, so personally speaking, if I were to really put him somewhere, it'd probably be at the top of C. But I really hate that ending pose. The ending pose is the exact same one over and over and over again. And that bothers me. I think that bothers me more than anything else. The fact that his ending pose is the same as any other card art pose. Like, if I throw a blast and he wins, he gives me the same pose. If I throw a blue, he gives me the same pose. Same thing with Goten. No matter which card arts I use, alt or not, he gives me the exact same pose as his win screen. That, to me, is not okay. It's not okay. Otherwise, I probably value them higher. Like, I really value an ending pose that is actually an ending pose. So, to me, it wasn't good enough. Like, it's like you say, but the movie was great for the first 45 minutes. So, ignore the last 15. I'm not going to. Like, imagine people being like, okay, so let me bring in a really contentious point. For any of you that's seen Game of Thrones, most people herald it as one of the best like TV series of all time until the 8th season, the finale, the final season, final episode. You can't tell me that you enjoyed the entirety of it and then value it high, right? A lot of people really, really got upset because of the ending of Game of Thrones. And I'm just applying the same logic here. It's just, you can't just say, but the majority of it was great. Well, sure, but then it completely just screwed up the entire thing. So that's how I feel about it. And that's why I'm valuing it low. It's not that the beginning animations were not good. They were great. And then they just kind of gave me that. What am I supposed to do with that? That's how I feel. Okay, moving on. Gonna throw Monkey Boy in there. Yeah, exactly. Monkey Boy, Monkey King is really, really strong. He gives me these urges that I didn't know I had. I've never actually cared for a GT unit as much as I've cared about Monkey Boy, so that says a lot. Just as a unit, but also as an LF animation. And I do value it over Ape Vegeta's. The ability to go Ozaru is awesome, but like, I don't know. Something about Super Saiyan 4 just completely dogging on any unit that he LFs feels... I don't know. It's really good. So I have that again. These are opinions because these reasonings are pretty shit in some aspects. Like some of these where I'm ranking them low, actually I have some valid maybe concerns, but here there was no valid opinion here. It was just literally my argument is yes, that's it. That's my argument. It's a great argument. You should value it. Back me. Alrighty. Noodle Kamehameha! Noodle Kamehameha! I don't know if you guys have seen the Kamehameha from Cell, but it looks like a piece of noodle. Like, it's so tiny and thin. It's like, Needle Kamehameha! Give him the big little ka-chow. And I'm like, wow, for a solar Kamehameha, it's like, pretty underwhelming. Like, honestly, normally size doesn't matter, but in Cell's case, size really does matter. And, he's not performing well in that area, so yeah. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with his LF animation Cells. I mean, some of you might value him higher, and that's okay. I'm not going to disagree with you, because that's your opinion, but I just feel like Cell makes me sad. Just super sad. So sad. Alrighty. Full Power Frieza. He goes at the bottom of A, roughly. I like the animation. It's really good. I actually like it more than Goku's because everything just looks super clean. Everything looks well done. The what if feels great. The animation is not too lengthy, but it gives me that sense of this is going to be the final moment. It just feels great. Oh yeah, no, I don't. Halo Man, I agree. Actually, I do like Cell's beginning animation. It's just once he gets to the Kamehameha, it feels so pathetic. It feels pathetic. But yeah, before that, it feels good. It's why I'm actually giving it above Beerus. I'm giving it above Goten and FSK because everything until that point feels good. And even the Kamehameha, I'll forgive if we compare it to what Beerus and all the other animations do. At least there is the finality, even if it's a small Kamehameha. And you do feel that he finished the game. Like he finished his opponent off. Beerus, I see the body. And the body looks like it's breathing. Goten doesn't even have an actual animation pose, and same thing with FSK. So here we are. Schwick says, hi, Phil, Super Saiyan 4 Goku higher than all of those. Personally speaking, I don't agree, but for you think that way. In that case, in your tier list, make him S tier. But in my tier list, he's an A tier. I would have put him probably high S had he been Super Saiyan 3. Had he been Super Saiyan 3, I would agree with you. But Super Saiyan 4 doesn't sit the same way for me. It really doesn't. Like, I'm looking at what form they're in. I'm looking at this whole thing. I like Cell's voice acting, though, a lot. Oh, I agree. His voice acting is fantastic. Like, I agree with you. It's just that it doesn't save him. Like, if you want, I can put him at low B, but it really doesn't matter, like, which way I place him. Anyways, so, moving on. I really like Gogeta's, but I don't know. I like Dragon Fist more. I like the Gohan more. I like a lot of these other ones more than this one. It feels really good. It's like literally from the movie. It's super solid. I don't know, just something. I don't know what it is, but something about it. It just feels. There's nothing actually other than like I just feel like it somehow could have been better. I don't know. Do you ever get that feeling where you watch an animation, you're like, wow, I don't know what went wrong, but something did, and it made me not like it as much as I could like it. So, like, not really sure how I feel. Like, I think this is a personal opinion here. But Gogeta Blue, for me, only goes here. And this is actually a high spot anyways. It's not even that bad, if you really consider it. So, I'm just like, and you know what? You guys are going in D. Screw you, you two. You don't even have a good animation pose. You're going in D. Stay there. These two, I put these two in D because Beerus and Cell deserve better than what these guys offer. So screw them. Okay, Rose. Where do I put Rose? Not in B. I think he goes somewhere in A for me, or maybe S. Yeah, no, he goes in A for animation. For sex appeal, he'll go in S. But for this is right now animation. Go in there. I really don't have anything to justify it. It's just I like the other ones more so than his, and I think he's better than the ones below him. That's it. That's it. Maybe Halo Man. Maybe that might be it. I don't know what it is, but just something threw me off with his legendary finish. And even so, it's still good. Like, it's still really good, and I love it. You know, I've noticed I like a lot of Vegeta. Like, Vegeta's animations are really good in my opinion. Speaking of which, Vegeta! Here we go! Speaking of which, Vegeta! I love the ora, 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 ora. It feels so good. Like, he just claps someone down and then proceeds to pummel them. Oh my god, I love it. I don't know what to say. It just feels so fucking good. It's just like it doesn't even have to be necessarily your favorite, but for me, it just feels so brutal. And I like a brutal finish. A brutal finish makes me maybe I should play Mortal Kombat, but like a brutal finish feels super good. I only watched Super and somehow this game made me fall in love with during their aim with Super Saiyan 4 Good. It's my favorite unit and the green card is legendary. Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I like this unit a lot. He makes me happy. Here we are. All right, Vegito Blue. Vegito Blue is going above, but below. I don't know. Vegito Blue's animation is top tier, but I feel like, I don't know, I like Gogeta's better. I think it also because Gogeta's could have actually been a finish, whereas Vegito's was not a finish. And we saw his move in the animation, like in the anime and the manga, and it was good. Like, it was solid. Like, it just didn't actually finish. And then on top of that, like, I don't know. It feels kind of like almost, I don't want to say it this way, but his ending move reminds me of SSB Vegeta's beginning move, if that makes sense, where he like actually throws them down or just punches them down, and then instead of like his ending is that when he does the final hit and then rolls back. Vegeta's is he throws them down, goes that, you see the same flare animation, and then Vegeta's just angry as friggin' feck. And just, yeah. Exactly, I agree, Haloman. Like, I really like the power-up ending. And you'll see why in a bit. But here you go. So, like, I don't know. I feel like they're tiers away from each other. All right. Anyways. Now we're going with this guy. B. I don't know. It felt so weak. It felt like a Rose knockoff. Like a tiny Rose Scythe knockoff. It's like, little blade, give you a little cut. I like the ending. The ending's great. But I think that middle where he's just slashing him and like it's like a final finish with like a sword, I feel like they could have done a little bit differently. I don't know. Why is it that I feel like this Zamasu, like this CMZ Teletubby man, could have done something a little bit more epic into a ha 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 ha. Why did it have to just be a ka-chow and then ha ha ha? Why couldn't it be like ha ka-chow? Majin, Evo, Blue, Vegeta's explosions look so bad. I don't agree with Majin, but I kind of agree with Evo. And you'll see what I mean in a bit. Like, Evo's was probably one of the most disappointing ones for me, but I still rate it decently high. It's just, it was more disappointing for me than a lot of others. So if we're to go there, he goes about, sorry, there we go. Evo, speaking of Evo, yeah, I put him under B because the explosion for me was less clean than I expected for a newer unit. I forgive units like Majin Vegeta for being so old in comparison. So I can take that in consideration. But I also take that in consideration as well. Like, okay, how clean actually is it? And so in the situation of Majin Vegeta's, yeah, it's not very clean. I agree. However, the fact that it was very canon and iconic and almost identical to what actually happened in the anime really helps with how I value it. Plus, like the actual scene itself. Whereas with Evo's, when he did it, it's not as iconic and not as cool as to me because the stakes weren't really there as much. And there you go. So I look at it from that vantage point. Like, what were the stakes like? Was it very similar to the anime? And if it is similar to the anime, were there stakes that I could get behind? Stakes were behind Majin, so I give it a lot of nostalgia factor. So I agree there's a lot of bias, but again, this is an opinion, so bias is allowed. And then Evo is one of those situations where my bias says, well, I don't really care about this one as much, but I like Evo as a character. It's just the animation to me could be a bit better. That's all. All right. Kidobu. Kidobu gets Obe at the top of B tier. So, why is he at the top of B tier? I like the animation. I just feel like I don't know. To me, it could have been better. I don't know how it could be better. Broly underrated. I mean, hey, if you want to put him higher on your tier list. I just don't like that finish. That finish does not look good to me. I wanted him to do more physical moves than what he did. He could have done more physical moves. And again, I don't agree with Gogeta being an S tier animation to me. To me, felt like something went wrong during that animation, and then it felt good at the end. When something in the middle, to me, feels wrong, I can't value at the highest. If everything feels clean, it's good. Thank you, Bass Boost. That's probably what I was missing. I did not get to see a planetary explosion. I want a planet to get blown up to bits. Thank you. That might be exactly what I was missing. Something was missing in this stupid card arts, and there you go. Legend needs to learn from Fighter's dramatic finish. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I agree. A lot of these would change depending on how they built their animations. To me, Broly's animation finish should have been a lot more physical. Gogeta's, I think it was Halo Man might have said something in regards to like maybe the Kamehameha going too fast. Might have actually been like that. Could have been. So yeah. All right, let's go with Frieza. Frieza, I say is above Kid Buu, but I would say it's below full power for me. I really like this. It's a really good animation, but I feel like there's nothing actually wrong with it. Like, there's nothing I feel like. I just feel like it can only go so high up for me because of the iconic scene itself. Wait, I understand, Nashwin. Listen, in your tier list, he's S, and that's cool. It's just I don't like the chunky face before he turns and flies away. I'm literally gonna get to the nitty-gritty for certain things. Like, for me, his face, when he's looking at us or looking down at Frieza, feels a little wonky, feels weird. Don't like it. I booted him down. Also, the animation, I feel like could have been a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Feel like there was something that they could have done more. I don't mind, actually, the finality of the blast. The blast itself is perfect. But I feel like just before, he could have charged, you could have given him a little bit of a charge up into the blast. That would have been great. Even if it's, like, I know it's supposed to be instantaneous. But even so, you could see it coming, he could be standing there, and then just go, Bakayero, or just instantaneously. It doesn't actually have to be, like, he could, like, literally look, turn around, and basically be like, you fool, and then just go straight into it instead. Again, your first form Frieza being above Super Vegito for you is totally fair. I disagree for me. So again, that's why an opinion is an opinion. Because they're just opinions. They don't actually matter. All right, SOH and UI. Here we go. So we're going to do SOH first. I'm saving UI for last. SOH for me goes right about, I would say, here. Yeah. SOH is really good. How did they manage to mess up Goku's face at the end, except if they never actually read the manga? I don't know. How am I supposed to know how they messed that up? I don't make the animations. I just rate them because I can. No, I actually like Goku more than Vegeta. But the animations, Vegeta's animations are, I would say, honestly, a lot more top tier than Goku's in regards to, like, consistency. With the exception of Evo, which, unfortunately, it's not that I don't like Evo as a character, I just don't like the animation as much. What can I say? But no, I actually like Goku more than Vegeta. Ironically. All right. And then finally, we have UI. Whoop. I like Goku Vegeta's dual animation more so than UI, but UI is taking a close second. Oh yeah, UI is going on S tier for sure. No way in hell is he not going S tier. He's going second place for me. He used to be my number one. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, Goku Vegeta's just looks so... Oh, okay, fair enough, Bass Boost. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. Oh, really? Actually, I have to look back on the manga because maybe it actually looks like that. Sus, then I know, Schwix. I know I'm sus. But to be fair, this is how it is, okay? Because this is how we're doing this. Anyway, so yeah. So we're just going to move me a little bit so you guys can see a bit better. Do that. There we go. So here's the tier list. You guys can take a screenshot of it if you want. Let me just move this because it's in Frieza's face, and that's rude. We should never do that. There we go. So yeah, first place, Goku Vegeta. Close second is UI. Honestly, when I saw Goku Vegeta, I think I went crazy out of my mind in regards to that animation. So UI took a back seat, but I personally feel like UI is a solid second. And honestly, if you wanted to, I could easily argue for first place. That scene is very iconic. It just feels so clean. The dodge anime, just everything. Everything is good. Everything is really solid. The timing is perfect. The only way to beat that out is just have an animation that I personally like better. That's really the only thing that can really come down to it. So yeah, UI is just solid. All right, and then the final one that we're going to do, because there's one more we got to do with this. Okay, so sex appeal animation. Let's go. Reset it. Okay. So, how does sex appeal work? Actually, you know, we're just going to call it sex appeal. I won't even say animation. So, sex appeal. So, there's a variety of ways that we're going to argue sex appeal. 1, did it make you a little bit hot? Okay. 2, how much of their bulge did you get to see? The more bulge you got to see, the better it was. Okay? The less bulge you got to see, the worse it was. And C, did you feel certain ways afterwards? So, hot bulge feelings. All right? We cool on that? Cool. Now that we got there, let's begin. So units that will not be making their appearance because otherwise you're creepy are the kids. They're not sexy, they're gross, and they shouldn't be on this tier list. So FSK and Goten are not appearing on this tier list. They're staying off because they're gross. Okay? Cool. Now that we got that out of the way, at the bottom of the tier list, we have Beerus because he's a cat. And that's gross. In fact, actually, Beerus gets off the tier list because he's a cat. That's gross. That's ugly. So no, absolutely not. So we're going to be going. So we're going to be going. So I'm not going to do this in any particular order yet for S. But in S is going him. S is also going him. S is also going for this guy, for sure. 100%. Like, I'm looking at the ones that are definitely S for sure. Like, when I first see FC, Kid Buu is going D. I mean, who would want to do a pink turd? Like, no one wants to do a pink turd. Pink turds are D, okay? You can still do one, and I would question you, but I wouldn't feel like I have to call the police on you, okay? So, like, you do a Kid Buu, he's still an adult. He's a lolly. It's a lolly, okay? So don't worry about Kid Buu. That's just a lolly in disguise. But it's like an old lolly, like a 500,000 million year old lolly that is just like really ugly and nobody loves. Cool. Now that we got that out of the way. No bulge. Nothing of that sort. He's just there. But he's my daddy, so I gotta give him at least C. Okay? Otherwise, he'd spank me. So it's very important that I just make sure. I make sure that I give him at least some sort of... Or I could put him in D for dad. But, like, I think I should put him in C, so he at least feels less, like, you know, attacked. We're right now doing sex appeal. I'm doing it based upon how hot I felt, how much of the bulge I got to see, and how did I feel afterwards. Did I need to go to the bathroom right after? So we'll, you know, that sort of thing.
There's nothing in.
Oh no,
Okay.
I didn't order them yet. They're not ordered yet, but they are gonna get, like, I saw a lot of bulge here. His ending has so much bulge, like you can actually physically see the giant package right there. Like you can physically see Vegeta's package.
It's a family-friendly stream.
It's a very family-friendly stream. What are you talking about? And then Rosé's just sexy, obviously, because he's Rosé. Yeah. I mean, I'm putting Broly in A for getting to see a lot of like a lot of abs gets an A tier automatically. Gohan's a B. He not enough package, and then no abs, nothing, just backflips and stuff. And I mean, backflips get you so far, but they don't make you go like, it goes like, that's pretty cool. That's actually really solid, you know? Like B tier is like where you have a good animation, like you're pretty sexy, like just physically, but like that's about it. That's all you got. You're like a nice picture, but as soon as you open your mouth, it's like I'm done with you. So like that's Gohan. Okay, Cell is gonna go in also B. I think his issue again is tiny package with his beam. But I mean his voice is sexy. The way he spanks people at the beginning is sexy. So I feel like I'm very happy about how he is. It's just that he all the foreplay and then the finish is so quick. It's just, you know, it's okay at best. All right. Again, sex appeal, Vegito, not much sex appeal. Again, he's lightning fast. He doesn't take his time with me. It's just done. That's it. Doesn't take his time. He doesn't give me that raw emotion I'm looking for. Okay? You're a kid, so you're ugly. Goku Vegeta, you get and go in A. I get to see a lot of hot. Feel hot. And, you know, there are feelings, but there's no bulge. There's nothing that says to me, that's a nice package. So it's going A. No package, A. I need the package. I need all three for S tier. If you don't give me all three, you don't get S. That's the criteria here. If I'm missing one of the three components, no S tier. So speaking of which, he's an A tier. He doesn't give me the bulge. I'm looking for bulge. I'm not getting bulge. You're A tier. I'm going to reorder them in a bit, so don't worry about it. This boyo, no bulge. I wanted bulge, but zero bulge. So he's A. Simple as that. This is like the most base tier list and also the most questionable tier list I've made in a while. So just pointing that out there. Exactly. Speaking of which, he's going in C here. I didn't get pretty much any bulge. He then became a giant monkey. And I don't know about you, but I don't find monkeys sexy. But I forgive that part because the beginning, at least, he was humanoid with a tail. And I thought you could do something with that. But I don't forgive the monkey transformation in this scenario. In this scenario, sex appeal, monkey is not doing it for me. Super Vegito D tier. I mean, honestly, if it weren't for how he looked, I probably would have put him D or C tier because at least he's human. So even though he's an a-hole, at least he's, you know, he knows it and he just does it. I laugh for 20 minutes. I come back to this. Listen, I devolve, okay? All right. I see some bulge. I see a lot of things. Gogeta Blue, S tier. I saw bulge. He made me hot. I felt things. He's S tier. Simple as that. We're going to reorder them in a bit. So like I said, we're not done with the orders. We just got to keep doing this. All right, Nameku. Nameku didn't really show me much bulge, but it was nice. Still made me feel things. Still felt hot. We're good. A tier. Okay, Vegito Blue. Vegito Blue is like a B tier for me. He, not enough bulge. He didn't make me feel things, but I did feel kind of hot. So, yeah. Exactly, Bass Boost. You got it. See, you got it. He does grow harder and larger. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Like chocolate. All right. Frieza. I can go here. Again, I felt some things, but I didn't feel enough things. No bulge. I mean, he's an alien. He can only have so much bulge. In fact, actually, I don't think Frieza can have any bulge. With UI, you'd be like, so you're gonna start? UI has pleased people in many ways. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Alrighty. Just you know. I really have to make a new tier. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Oh, I got 2? Oops. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. All right. So, Dragon Fist Goku for this is definitely going A. He's a okay, I felt things. He made me hot. It's just that I couldn't find too much bulge. And that makes me sad because I want the bulge. I need the bulge. Okay? The bulge matters to me so much. You don't understand. Like, I had to make a bulge category, okay? I love it. All right. So yeah, bulge category is going right here. There's a lot of bulge. So bulge. Yeah. If each of UI's body part got a mind of their own, does that mean his other head got a brain too? Yes, 100%. Okay, this wheelchair Frieza, he's going in C. Like right over here, because he was in a wheelchair and I don't see anything other than him just going ho 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 like he's French or Santa Claus. And to me, that's not very impressive. That's just him being French or Santa Claus, and I don't value that. So yeah, he is he's going in C. He's going in C right here. But you get bare chest with Fiskuu. But you know what? With Gogeta, I get bulge and bare chest. Plus, I get to fist people. And use both of my hands to give them a nice massage with my beams. And my beams are huge. Gogeta is like literally the most bulgy character in comparison to Dragon Fist Goku. And that's not actually any knock on Dragon Fist. I feel like they should have given him a bulge. Super Saiyan 4 kind of hairy, and that tail might touch you from behind, if you know what I mean. All right, and see, this is where Majin Vegeta is gonna have to take a bit of an L. Like, I didn't feel things in that way, but I did feel kind of hot. But that was it. I didn't feel like I needed to go and take a breather. Wait, 1 second. Let me just fix myself. I just feel like that was it. This is all he gave me. The hotness. That was it. I was just like, it's not enough. It's not enough. So Majin Vegeta is going in B for this time. So as you can see, I have specific tier list for bulge. As you guys can tell. Speaking of which, we're going to be throwing this guy in A. He made me feel 2 out of 3, but no bulge. Not enough bulge. I feel like Super Saiyan 3 is a missed opportunity for good bulge. Good bulge is very important when it comes to Super Saiyan 3. Like, Super Saiyan 3, there's a lot of bulge. You would kill Majin Vegeta at the end. There you go, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You got it. I kill him. I completely killed him. But, no, well, okay, to be fair. He turns to dust. That's not hot. It's not hot at all. But at least we don't get to see that, so it helps the sex appeal. Like, if he turned to dust, I'd have to give him, like, a C tier. But, yeah. I wanted more bulge with Super Saiyan 3. Anyways. We got 2 more to rank here. For this dude, it's gonna go B. Like, I felt like he could have been more. Not enough bulge, not enough anything. Just mid. Makes me sad. At least he made me kind of hot. That was nice. And that's for UI. 1 second. I need to see how much bulge there is in UI. So I'm about to just bring him out for a moment. I mean UI, not the bulge. I mean, okay. You know what I mean. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna replace one of my characters. I'm gonna look at UI as he does his thing. So that way I can get an idea. Bro, not fair for UI. He dodge on if you want to see. Okay, listen. It's possible. It's very possible that UI is actually a lot sexier than we believe, okay? So just give me a moment. For all we know, it's actually a lot sexier than we remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look, I'm going to test it out, and then if it turns out it's legit, we're going to be good. Okay, we're not going to do that one. That's going to take too long. I want a quick and easy one. That's what she said. Anyways, let's do this. Yep. Let's do that. And let's get the UI in here, because that's going to matter. Let's go. And that. So I'm going to double check UI, because UI is going into either A, S, or bulge based upon what he actually does. So we're going to see momentarily. So don't worry about it. He's not going to go below A. He definitely made me feel, but I need to double check the bulge. Like, how much bulge really matter? It actually matters to me. Because what if I misdiagnose the bulge? His right hand got so big and listen, if he doesn't show me the bulge, it's not good enough. You can show me a giant hand, but if you don't actually show me the bulge, why do I care? It's all the flex without the payoff. I expect it all. I expect it all. Okay, we're about to find out if he's got bulge. Yeah, he is S because of the bulge. Oh, wait. Was that some bulge? Oh, that's some nice bulge. 1 second. How much bulge is that? Okay. Okay. Is that enough bulge? The question is that. Okay, 1 second. Let's see. Ooh, that was actually pretty good. Okay. I know where to place UI. Bulge tier. There was enough bulge to go around. I was very, very, very satisfied with the amount of bulge. Very satisfied. That was a good amount of bulge. So, yeah. UI is going in bulge tier. Now we're going to order them. And I might reposition some of them if I feel like they deserve a repositioning. So what we're going to do is, for those that you think that you should contest their case, speak now in the chat. If you think one should be contested, tell me which one should be contested. Tell me where you think it should be. I'm going to check it, and then I'll see if I agree with your opinion or not. And if I do, I will check it. I will change it. Okay? So state your case. Explain why they should be where they are, and then I'll look at it. So the first one I'm going to look at is CMZ, so Teletubbies Zamasu, because some of y'all be telling me that he be sexy as hell. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna double check this. Kefla know all the bulge, okay? She know all the bulge. So I'm gonna do this now. I am gonna get CMZ to do his thing. Gigabit, you might reconsider, because I mean, if you feel hot by watching a monkey, you've got issues. I don't really feel like I want to explain how that's very true. I don't feel hot when I see a monkey. I also don't feel things or want to go to the bathroom to do things when I see a monkey. Nor do I want to see a monkey's bulge. Just saying. Okay, so VB at least an A tier. All right, I will double check in a bit, okay? We will double check this. First, I'm right now checking CMZ. That's the first one I want to double check before I reposition, because I want to reposition first, and then after that, I want to reorder their placements. We're going to wait. I just need to get his LF ready. Okay. 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 I just need to get it ready because I have to first actually click on the card. Okay, there we go. Okay. Punch, 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 punch. Come on, get that LF in there. I want to see it. There we go. Okay, so let me see how much bulge is here. Okay. Okay. That's nice. Ooh, actually, there... Case dismissed. Case closed. You win. You win this one. S tier. S tier for CMZ. I agree. I'm sorry. I was wrong. S tier for CMZ 100%. Oh, no, no, Gigabit, no. Look, right here. Here it is. Should I make this bigger, guys? I clearly need to make this bigger. There. That I think no one can miss it now. This tier list is based off of sex appeal. There we go. Okay. Now that we've done that, VB. Let's go back to VB. I'm going to look at VB again, and we're going to see if VB cuts it to A tier or not. We're going to see. CMZ is actually packing. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I did not realize how much he was packing there. So, yeah. No, he gives me a nice view while also doing so many sexy things. I have to give it to him. Yeah, he's an S tier. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I underrated him so bad, and I deserve the spanking that I got right there. So, yeah, here we are. Okay, so we're going to do VB now. I'm going to re-look at VB. I'm going to reassess my position on VB, and I will decide whether or not VB goes up a tier, stays where he is, or he'll either stay where he is or he'll go up. He's not going down. So here we go. Let's see. Just give me a bit because it takes me a little bit to actually get to that point since, it takes a little bit for the LF to show up because I'm not watching a video to avoid, using someone else's work if I can avoid it. And do that. I'm just going to keep going. So just give me a moment, people. And then after that, I will give y'all what you want. Okay, we're just going to do that. And the big chow. Yup, yup. We do need a girl's LF. I agree. Okay, let's take a look at this LF animazione. Well, don't worry. We're gonna refix their positions in a bit. Let me just see Vegito Blues. Come on, give me something. Give me something to work with. No. I'm sorry, everyone, but Vegito Blue stays where he is in terms of B. He looks nice. He looks pretty clean. He just feels not bulgy. He didn't make me feel he was just kind of hot. And I don't need a Ken doll. I need sex appeal. Clearly Legends is sexist, though. Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, come on. We need an LF female. Do you know how good that would be? So, yeah, we're okay. Anyone else that you want me to reassess before I finally do the reordering of them? Because I will reassess anyone else before we do the reordering of them. Also, these 4 are not making the cut because kids are not sexy and neither are cats. And if you think otherwise, you're gross. They're not sexy. All right. If you think anyone should go up a tier. Androids do have an LF, though. They have Cell. Look at my comment above. But we're talking about, like, changing... Oh, above super... Oh, do you mean, like above into S tier? All right, let me double check. I will double check if I agree with S tier for bulge, for sex appeal, for that sort of thing. All right, so we'll double check. We'll double check them, okay? I will do them the same courtesy I did everyone else so far. I will double check them. Confirm that. Listen, I will double check every single one that I need to double check. Oh, okay, fair. Fair enough. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna double check GV, and then I'm gonna double check Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And then if I agree, they'll move up a tier or they will rearrange. If I don't, they're gonna stay where they are, okay? Simple as that. Let's go. Okay, let's see the bulge. Let's see, double bulge. No, Vegeta gave me a bulge, but only a little bit of a bulge. Ooh, but Goku got covered. Oh. That's disappointing. Do we get an ending bulge? Yes, we do! Easy. That was super easy, thank you. I should have double checked that. That's an S tier for sure. Vegeta came in clutch. Goku ruins everything. Goku really doesn't understand how to bulge. Except for UI. His UI form knows how to bulge. Everyone else? Trash. But Goku Super Saiyan Vegeta knows it. Knows how to. It's good stuff. It's good for your health. Alright, so for Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I'm gonna have to look it up again. So we're gonna have to go back to Air Server because I don't want to do things that would not be okay, you know. Legends, Super Saiyan 4. I can't spell. Super Saiyan 4, Goku, LF, animation. Let's go. I need to do this. I'm gonna do back to React because this is dumb. Okay, so. Okay, we're gonna do this. That's not the LF. I need the LF. Okay. 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 Time to rearrange, everyone. It's time to rearrange. I think I'm happy with where all the placements are, so let's begin rearranging where they be at. Okay. So didn't have the bulge necessary to go into S. But wasn't Supreme Bulge, so these ones are Supreme Bulge. I personally think that I'm okay with the bulge tier right here. This, then this. This had a lot of bulge, but this had Supreme Bulge. Like, there was too much bulge here that I could ignore. I can't ignore that. The amount of bulge Vegeta gave me was enough to feed an entire country. An entire continent, for that matter. So, we're good on that. Gogeta gave me a good amount, and I believe it was Vegeta that decided, give them the bulge, man. Give them bulge. And Monkey King impressed me. UI actually gave me a lot more bulge than I expected, so I think the only reason why Goku gave me bulge was because of the fact that he realized, or in fact, he didn't think about it. That might be it. Because he's in such instinctual mode, he gives me things that you normally wouldn't get. So that's UI. Oh, Eddie. Eddie's back, Emily. And then Rosé is sex appeal incarnate, so that's obvious. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I only see UI cheeks. Does that count? I mean, that could count in your case. I think we're gonna do it this way. I like these, so this is the setup here. Now we got to work on these guys. Does anyone want me to re-look at Namaku or not? I will re-look at Namaku if you need me to do to check Namaku. Does anyone want me to check Namaku before we continue on? Because I'm willing to look at Namaku and double check if I was wrong. Actually, you know what? Instead of asking, let me just check Namaku while I'm at it. Let's just do it. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I'm going to double check Namaku, you know, just make sure that we're good, that everything is hunky-dory. So we're going to do that. All right, Haroon, I'm going to double check it. I'm going to make sure that Namaku for sure belongs higher than A tier. If he doesn't, it'll be disappointing for you, but I'm trying to do this as fair as possible. Okay. We're almost there. Okay. Publish it on GamePress. Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a much more accurate tier list than GamePress anyway, so I might as well, right? Might as well, eh? Okay, here we go, here we go. Okay. Come on, give me the blast. Oh, man. Why? Why? Punch you out. And here we go. How much bulge? How much bulge? How much sexy are we dealing with here? Namaku, how much? Butt. He only gave me butt, and it's flat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Haroon, but that's a flat butt he gave me. Say that on stream, please. No, please, say it on stream. I need to hear it. I need you to say it. I need you to say it.
The people who draw Dragon Ball Legends characters don't care about ass, they care about bulge.
Thank you.
Also boobs.
Thank you. Yep. So Cat is down here, but Cat's gross because I think of this thing as like some sort of weird thing, and then this thing as a weird thing, you know. And also Piccolo's my dad, so I have to rate him. Like, it's important to rate. I can bet Bardock at least S tier just because he's Bardock. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. If he gets an LF, we'll talk then. It's okay, man. Listen, I am okay with with butt being S, but it's got to be good quality butt. That was not good quality butt. That was like supreme flatness. I literally don't need to sand that down anymore. Someone took a sandpaper and grinded his butt to shreds. Like, it was pretty flat. So anyways, we're gonna now reorder this. SOH definitely made me feel things, but not as much as Super Saiyan 3. Dragon Fist, I think, goes below only because of how I felt, like when I'm feeling things. Super Saiyan 3 made me go, oh. Super Saiyan 4 made me go, but like, it was a different, and you know, like, it's personalized experience. Namaku's flat butt really hurts him, but I don't think it takes him away from A. It just means that, you know, it felt good, it looked good, but there's no bulge, and the flat butt is just, it's just not good enough. It's not good enough for me. Anyways, now we're going to move on. So I'm happy with A how it is. You might disagree with it. So if you want to put Super Saiyan 4 higher on your tier list, please do. If you want to put Trunks higher on your tier list, please do. Again, this is just how I felt. If you feel differently, make it known. Make yourself feel better. Make yourself feel good, okay? Wow, this feels very weird the way I'm saying it. Anyways, okay, now we're going to move on to B. Let's rearrange B. Let's feel it out. See how we feel about specific units. I think I'm going to give Evo the max where it is because I got the most bulge out of Evo, out of all of these characters. And he took his time. He did take some of his time with his finish. So he was a gentleman and actually gave me something to work with. Unlike Vegito, who I think is actually, I'm going to put at the very bottom of B. He was quick to the point, but, you know, I wasn't satisfied the way I should be satisfied. You know? This Vegito Blue definitely gets to be higher than Majin Vegeta. There was a lot more going on with his sex appeal, and I appreciate that. I get it, bro. So, you know, there could be a lot more sex appeal going on there. There wasn't. This guy at least had a big beam for me, whereas his beam was a little bit less. He did a nice explosion, a lot of foreplay, but he kind of cried at the end. Like, there's a lot of crying. You know when you do something with someone, but then you cry at the end of that experience? That was Majin Vegeta for me, bro. It was just too much cry. Not enough, like, we did well. We both enjoyed it. That was great. Man said flat butt. I mean, come on. It's a flat butt. It's a flat butt. Yeah, Full Power Frieza at least took his time with it. In fact, actually, part of me kind of wants to give Full Power Frieza, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to put him above Cell even. So, normally I wouldn't put him this high up, because Cell is sexier than Frieza, 100%. But, Frieza understands about taking his time and giving me a show. Cell gives me small pee-pee energy. Starts off great, but then whips out the small pee-pee, and I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the small pee-pee. I'm just saying, use it properly. Frieza knows how to use what he's given. Cell needs to inflate it. So, yeah. Here we are. So, this is my B. This is my B tier. As it is. Let's go to C. So, at the top is going to 100% be Daddy. I'm not allowed to put Daddy anywhere below the top of C tier. If I don't put Daddy, he'll spank me. So, I don't want to get the belt. He's staying at C and the top of C. Then we've got Frieza. I'm going to keep it like this. Frieza gets to be above an ape, mainly because I'm not into furries. Unless it's a half-humanoid furry man, I'm not into furries. Schwig said it best. Now we know for Frill is very important, the foreplay. Useful info for the future. Anyways, oh my god. Frieza knows how to put on a show, let's be real. I feel like Frieza was sitting in his chair, not really giving me more than what I could get. He gave me in Full Power Frieza, he gave me what I deserve. This guy gave off a lot of Cell, but without the effort. So I appreciate that he wasn't showing me the effort. He was just kind of like, flick, flick. So it was good. Like, he was laughing at me. It's kind of like, you know, it was a sex appeal that was based off of hate. I understand that type of sex appeal. I understand it. Frieza, you get this C. Then low C is going to be Ape Vegeta, only because he turns into an ape. I didn't ask for that. Like, there is such thing as too big. That is the equivalent to that. If they whip out something that large, you run away. You don't go for it. You don't go for it at all. So you run away, and you stay away from that. That is Ape Vegeta. Like, he starts off great, but then goes too far. Oh, we already said you can't put these on the tier list. These are all gross. You cannot touch them on a tier list. Kids don't go on a tier list. I already said, like, that I base it off of cats and dogs and kids. They don't go on tier lists. Like, especially a sex appeal tier list. There's nothing sexy about a cat, dog, or a kid. No, they don't go in D tier. I would be willing to put myself into a pink turd, but I'm definitely not putting myself into a child. That's gross. That is actually gross. And you should call the police if that happens. Call the police. Anyways, pink turds, totally sexy. In some capacity. I don't know, maybe Bobbity might find this boo sexy, but I don't know anyone else. Anyways, here you go. That's it. Pink turd goes in D because he's a pink turd. And there you go, that's sex appeal. You can screenshot this. I don't know how to do it without, I'm going to just take myself out of here. There. Screenshot it. You have access to all of the character. Actually, no one cares about D. So, screenshot this. Enjoy it. There you go. Tier list based off of sex appeal. We did it for all Legends Limited characters. That doesn't mean that it's 100% correct. Some of you might disagree with some of these. No. Kid Buu is not a kid, because that thing is like over 1,000 years old. It's not a kid. Don't cap. Goten's definitely a kid. Gohan's definitely a kid. Kid Buu, not a kid. Might look like a kid, sound like a kid, but ain't a kid. It's like a lolly. I already covered that. Kid Buu is a lolly. Where does Phil play? Oh, I'm probably like D tier. I'm probably D tier, guys. No one want to do that. Like, you look at me. Like, look at me. Look at me and then tell me you'd put me anywhere above D tier. Look at me. Tell me you'd put me in D tier. Oh, above D tier. Like, look. Just saying. So, there you have it. That is the tier list. This was a long-ass stream. It might have been because the top 100 data took a while. But before or after Pink Turd? That's a good question, Carlos. You're right. I'm not sure. Would you put me before or after the Pink Turd? That's up to you guys. I don't know. It's up to you. Where would you place me? Above or below the Pink Turd? It's your call. Depends on what you would be rather doing. Just saying. Anyways, guys, that's the stream. 4 different tier lists that we covered. Yeah. It started off normal. Then this happened. I did plan for this, though, so it's not like this came out of nowhere. This definitely came out of somewhere, out of my mind. Yeah. You and E tier. Thank you. I mean, I'm okay with that. So I'm below Kid Buu. Cool. Sounds good. That's good to know. I mean, it's fair. It's absolutely fair. I mean, that Pink Turd has abs. I don't have abs, so that's already a plus. Pink Turd also has a nice tail on top of his head, like a nice little prong. I don't have anything of that sort, so I understand. I get it. Also, he's got nice baggy pants. I don't have baggy pants. I have, like, trash pants, so I get it. Gonna have to see you strip first to tell us to go ahead. No. Anyways, guys, so yeah, that's the stream. Thank you guys all for coming out. This was probably my longest stream yet, in a long while. Crack was here, he'd be asking for the OnlyFans already. I know, eh? So, yeah, shirtless stream. OnlyFans. But anyways, take care, guys. Have yourselves a salty day, and 18. Anyways, take care. Have yourselves a salty day, and I'll see you in the next stream or video. We'll see. Yeah. So take care.